Hello. Sorry we're so late. I told you 9ish. Technically we're right. It's like 9:20. Is it 9:30?
9.
9:20.
Yeah, yeah,
See? It's
9:20.
it's it's 9ish.
Yeah, around there.
We are sitting here. We are at the Tiny Talk number 4 here with Alex live here with Alex Nolasco. The Alex Nolasco.
The is crazy. The is crazy.
He's also one of the really hardworking artists here in DFW. You'll find him at most open mics. He's been at the tiny stage. I don't know how many times now, like 4 or 5 times. Like I
Oh
think
God.
you probably deserve one of those like jackets, like
Yeah, yeah, alumni. Yeah.
yeah, like same as like DM
Um,
Rice and like Jam Sully.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it's been 4 or 5 times actually.
It's been awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I've been up here four
been
or
a
five times. I don't know how many times I've signed that dang pole, but
big supporter.
yeah, yeah.
And you're coming off fresh off of a couple of shows here. You opened for what was it? For Maddie Wright.
No, I didn't open for many. Right, I opened for the only people opened for was Delina last week, and then
You played for someone else too, though.
uh I think
Man, you play here so much.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting
I
mixed
mean,
up.
I feel like maybe I have. But not like for somebody's show. Like I haven't opened. Like I haven't done like a set. I think
Not yet.
yeah. I mean, the Lena was the only one to where I've done an opening set for somebody.
Maybe you just played along with people.
Yeah, I played along
Yeah.
with people though, but I
'Cause
but I
you had
but I
to,
can't
yeah,
but I
one,
but I
yeah.
think it was only like once or twice, but I can't remember the people that I've actually done for besides like me doing my own show here, and then Delina the 2 weeks ago, I think, or 3 weeks ago. I can't.
Yeah.
It don't feel like
it's
long
all a
ago.
blur. I know.
Yeah, it don't feel like long ago, but like it just feels.
That was a crazy set too, by the way.
that was it's just so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Yeah, I had a great time. But
All right, so let's. So you're here at the Tiny Talks. So the Tiny Talks are an opportunity for the local artist. How we do here at the Tiny Stage, we try to shine a light on local artists, and however we can, whether it's through our stage and now is through a little podcast, little interview, where you get to know the artist a little bit different, a little more. Um, so we're gonna get into Alex Nolasco's story here. Um, I guess I always start off with like asking people, like I call it the Big Bang.
yeah,
Something set you off to like do music, because I know for me when I was like, let me try to learn guitar. There was one
yeah,
song that I would like. I got the riff and I was like,
yeah, yeah.
I can do this, and then I started practicing, and then I can do more and more and more. So like, what was like the sort of Big Bang for you?
Oh God. Um, I mean, music has always been like around, but I didn't start like I knew. Like I guess like if we're talking about like me playing the guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, music.
Or just
Yeah,
music in general, you know?
yeah, music in general. Like I will say my first like I said, music has always been around. I've always been around music, but I remember um like that feeling you get when you listen to something and you're like you get that one song that you play repeat every
Oh
single
yeah,
time.
yes.
My earliest music memory of just in general where like I was obsessed with music in that song was it is gonna sound really funny because I was 4 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always and it would always be it would always play it would play like when I was on the way to school or whatever like that. But I remember specifically like every single time it would always play on the way I was going to soccer practice, and my mom was the coach at the time
Oh
for the
no way.
soccer practice. So we would drive into the practice, but every single time on the radio, 'cause it was very popular around then, was Usher's "Yeah" featuring Ludacris.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah,
flag us,
you know,
YouTuber, right?
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, please don't. But it was that song where I was, and my mom was the coach at the time for the
No way.
soccer practice. So we would drive into the practice. It would be every single time on the radio 'cause it was very popular around then. Like I would just know every word to that.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I just kept going. But like I would be bar for bar.
That's a hype song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for where
shit.
like I would be, and every single time my mom would turn it up and be like, "Oh, Alex, it's your favorite song," and like,
And you probably like, killed it on their field.
oh
after
yeah,
that, right?
oh no,
No.
like no. Soccer was,
Was not your
yeah,
thing.
I mean, it was fun, but I mean, I don't know any better, I'm just out there having a good time, and that's really was the goal, obviously
Sure,
in sports
should be,
in sports events, um, but yeah, it was just that, like that's the earliest, like that's really the first song in my earliest memory in my life to where like that was like I love this and I'm gonna sing this
Like,
with like every part
the
of my
energy
being.
that it kind of brings.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know, 'cause I mean, I'm obviously on 4. I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell
right, yeah.
they be talking about, or is like I don't know what they be. Like I don't even I'm imagining the club is like just some other universe. I don't even know
Right.
what the hell it is, but or what they talking about, So but it was that was my first memory. But after that, I've always been any music come around has just been whatever my parents listened to, and my parents would always 80s.
Yes.
And it was
You have
always
good parents.
yeah, always all the time. Mom would be more of the on the rock side of things, like she was really into Def Leppard and
Yes.
and
Wow. So,
and
so
ba- and
how come you didn't play Hysteria with Delina?
and then like like Renna's already had it covered, so I'm
Okay,
like,
yeah, I
okay,
guess,
you know
yeah.
what, so I just assumed it
That's
was
true.
gonna happen.
Oh, that's so
And,
cool.
but like she was really Van Halen
Nice.
was a big one. And they would go to the Van Halen concerts for my dad and all that stuff. Dad, uh, like he would be 80s too, in around the sort of the same stuff, but he also would play. Not really like play, but like anytime the radio station would go, he was the one who got me into. I think that was when I heard like Gap Band for the first time,
Mm.
and just the different discos and those kind of songs on that side of things. And then of course with him in his own music, whether he be working outside, mowing the yard or whatever, he played Tejano over
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
in the
That's
garage.
what keeps you working.
Yeah, or whether he's working in the garage or something like
Right.
that, he would play that. So, music has always been around. I didn't. There was a time where I was playing guitar, or I wanted to learn the guitar, and I remember they got me a guitar for Christmas or something like that. It was this little guitar. It wasn't even like a proper one. It was one of those ones that you'd buy, like you can find them now at like Five Below, or something like that.
Yes, $5. Or
Like
DD's discount.
yeah. It was literally like
Shout out
that.
to DD's.
Yeah, or like 99-cent store or something like that. They would always find them like that. But or maybe I think she bought it like at Walmart or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was something where like that. And I hadn't. YouTube wasn't a thing. I didn't sign up for lessons. I just was. I mean, YouTube was a thing, but like not really where I was. I
Can
think.
I ask what year we're talking about?
I think I was
So
like.
I can feel shitty right now?
Well, I think I was like 8 or 9.
But like, what year we're talking about?
2008, or it's
Oof.
I mean,
Yeah.
whatever year I'm saying.
I just had to get it over with.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Whatever age I was born in 2000, so whatever age I say, you can do the math on that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I think I was like 8 or 9, and like I had no idea what, but I would always. This is a very core memory for me, and it's so stupid. I remember like there was, I used to think. Again, because I didn't know no better. Like I didn't know any chords. I didn't even know where the hell to put my hands. I'd just be strumming, and I thought I was killing it.
Yeah.
Like I'd just be strumming that thing, and just and I remember I was like so proud in the show, and they were so supportive. God bless them. They were. I was singing Backstreet Boys' "I Want It That Way."
On the guitar.
Yeah. Because they do. They have the little guitar intro.
Oh, can we recreate this?
Like
we got a guitar right here.
well, I don't even know it now. Like, don't even ask me to play it. I don't even know. But
sure.
they have that little acoustic guitar intro in the beginning, and I remember it was like a little acoustic guitar. So I remember I wouldn't even do the chord shape. I just feel like I could play it. I would just strum that thing,
Hell yeah.
and I would try to sing it too, and so off key, and I don't even. you know. But they like, oh my god, that was so good. And then they always tell me about. They tell me about another thing I did where I don't even know what song it was, but or even if it was a song, I think it was just me making up shit. I don't even know. They keep saying that, and I don't. But I have no memory of this. I can only take 'em like at their word when they say that. And they always make fun of me for it, and like oh, obviously I say make fun of me for it, but you know, like it's all lighthearted the thing, but it's so stupid. I don't know. Like "Freak Me Out" was part of whatever lyrics I was singing, but I'd just be strumming that thing like I was saying. They'd be
Freak me out.
yeah, but like but also like the way I was singing it. They'd be like freak. I would be like "Freak me out, freak me." Like that's the way to describe that I'd be doing it. And I'm like, and I have no memory of this. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And so, but I wanted to learn around that time, and that's why I asked for a guitar. But I didn't have any resources, and I could have gone to a teacher, but I never signed up for it for one reason or another. I don't know whether it was a financial thing, timing wise, 'cause of school or whatever. I don't know what exactly the reason was, or it was just we just kind of mentioned it and then we just kind of forgot about it. That's normally what happens. Stuff just sort of fizzles out,
Yeah.
and then and I put it away for a while, like a long time. It wasn't until a lot of the stuff happened in terms of me actually like playing music and trying, like for example guitar or whatever. That didn't happen till I was uh 16.
Wow.
It was I there was my best friend who um who I met at my first job at Chick-fil-A. And we've been friends for really about 10 years now, or almost 10 years now. But since then, but it's about to be 10 years coming up. But he was the one who really got me wanting to like properly learn the guitar, and that's also when he showed me really the blues. That's when I got into he showed me Stevie Ray Vaughan for the first time.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And
What to say that?
yeah, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan that really he was like, I remember he told me, he's like, you ever heard of Stevie Ray Vaughan? I was like, no. He's like, you never heard of Stevie Ray Vaughan? He's like, how the hell do you not know Stevie Ray Vaughan? And he just gave me the whole rundown, and then I remember we were driving. I think we were driving to the gym that we went to, which was right by the restaurant. And then and he would show me, and I would carpool with him, and I was like, I want to properly like learn the guitar. And I went, and before I would use the old one, I still had it. The old one I had from way back when. I still had the guitar.
Yeah.
And I went and got it restringed with like actual proper strings. Like we went to Guitar Center, we bought the strings, and he taught me, and that's when I learned like my first really like chords. And I played, and I picked it up pretty fast. And where he even knew, he was like, "What the hell?" And especially with like a bar chords and everything like that, like a play a F and everything like that. Like I got a F first try, and he's like, "No one ever gets a F first try." He's like, "How the hell did you do that?" And
I still can.
yeah. So and then I kept it up for a little bit, and then I stopped for a while, 'cause life just got in the way, and I just kind of put it away. And then but I got so much to the point to where like I did buy like an actual proper guitar. Like I spent, I think first acoustic guitar I bought, it was like 250, something like that. I just
Nice.
and then used it, and it was is Epiphone. I still have it, and most of my songwriting actually comes from that. I grab it and I just practice and all that stuff. It's got like thicker gauge strings on it now, which for guitar people,
Does it have a name?
no, it doesn't.
Okay.
No. I've never really been the type to. The only ones I have names for are for my like two electrics that I
Yeah.
have, but I don't even have for a name for the acoustic one that I bring out all
I
the
only
time.
call mine Mitchell because the brand is called Mitchell, so it's just funny.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I tried to come up with a name for my acoustic, and I think I said it, and it was just like, but
No.
but all I know is like I got my two. I got my two electrics, which I have names for. Like the red one I have, which you usually see me play or whatever. That's Cherry, and then I have I have a gold and black, um, 335, which is the same body style that BB King plays.
Oh, nice.
It's an Epiphone 'cause I can't afford the Gibson. That's too much money. But but that's gold and black, and I just call it my golden girl, 'cause
Nice.
just because show and everything like that. That's just, I don't call it anything else. Just she's my golden girl.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like then, and like I said, I stopped for a while, and then COVID happened, And then COVID is actually when I wanted to try to learn piano,
Interesting.
which I don't know why. I think it
You know
was.
what's kind of weird? This is the four tiny talk.
Mhm.
COVID is a really significant time
Yeah.
in so far each of you. And yes, you're younger.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived through it too, but like still,
Yeah.
like it seems like it was like a really significant period, like
Yeah,
for
but also during COVID, I
your
also
generation, I guess.
yeah, but also
I
during
might sound
COVID,
like a boomer right now.
yeah, I know, but like I also was still working
Yeah.
during COVID. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't,
Same.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't socially isolated or anything. Like my job was an essential,
Oh
considered
yeah.
essential business, so I was still working. Thank God. And but I don't know what it was. I think it was what I was listening to at the time.
Mm.
It was just a lot of piano in it, and I was just like, I want to kind of learn that. And so I went and bought I bought my own keyboard, which I still have, and I started learning. And then, but what's funny is that me trying to learn piano and just learning it made me want to pick up the guitar again. Just
What? Why
coincide.
is that?
I don't know. It's like it's just
Huh.
was weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's just. I guess it was because music in general.
Mm.
It just it just happened that way. I just had this itch to just now want to go. But I mean, I always have an itch.
You're
So
meant to be with the guitar.
yeah. But I had.
No offense to the piano.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, yeah. No offense to the keys at all, 'cause
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, like I can still play a little bit, but I know basics and I can still. But like in terms of songs, we were kind of talking earlier before we went
But that's
live.
interesting that learning the piano more would kind of gravitate you more towards the guitar.
Yeah, but with the guitar, I actually like started to kind of relearn myself.
Mm.
Like I remember at work I would take notes on like music theory and like learning each note of the guitar. Like I would write diagrams and
Nice.
and everything. I'm the type of person to where I'm like I I do want to learn everything. Like I try to be as much as a Renaissance man as I can, and be like like a master of none kind of thing, jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Actually, I have it in my Instagram bio. Like, there's a Leonardo da Vinci quote, that he part of it, and he's one of the just inspirations that I have in life is that the greatest pleasure is the joy of understanding. And I always had
Wow. Say that again.
the greatest joy, the greatest
great-
pleasure is the joy of understanding.
Nice.
And I have it in my Scrum bar, and I try to live by that, and whether it pertains to whether I'm trying to learn something, anything to people, whoever I
anything,
yeah,
yeah.
for anything.
That's why I'm like struck with it. I'm like,
yeah,
that's like,
to understand it is just understanding for anything. And but Da Vinci was one of the big like influences in my life in general, and how he was always so curious about everything, and I'm always so curious about everything.
oh,
And so, and I think it was just that itch and just how I'm wired. I just would piano. I was like, okay, well now I gotta learn. I gotta go back to guitar. Listen, I already started. I might as well try to finish it if I'm trying to learn everything, quote
Right.
unquote. So
so that's what it was. Is that you saw that I can learn the piano? That means that I can learn this guitar
Yeah.
way better.
yeah,
Like-
like that pretty
like,
much was the catalyst.
It's possible, so let's do it.
Yeah,
kind of
I was
thing,
like,
yeah.
it was like, listen, if I can do this, then I can do that.
Right.
Like that was the kind of mindset. And so, and at the time, all the songs that I wanted to play were like all bar chords and all like intermediate things. And so I had to pick up fast when I started playing.
Oh, you're a better person than me. I would see those chords and be like, nope, can't learn it.
No,
Oops.
I would try. No, I would try it, and I went YouTube high and low, and everything self taught. Never had a teacher. So
All right, I gotta ask you. So, like for me, the big problem with that is my like literal my mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put. I don't have guitar hands. You know what I mean? Like especially for like bar chords.
Yep.
Hell no. So like was that tough? Like kind of like you had to like
no.
gain some strength.
I mean there definitely were like
Fuck you.
it definitely like hurt. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, like like at the first couple times, but the more I just did it, like okay, so here's the thing, like all the songs I wanted to play were like all R&B,
Mhm.
and literally most of R&B is all freaking bar chords,
Yeah.
like all the time. It's all bar chords. Like if you're trying to play guitar,
Right.
and so it's very rare where like you can do open chords and like everything like that. So, so if I wanted to play those songs because I really wanted to play them, I had to pick up very fast and just learn. And I just kind of, and it wasn't even like painful, 'Cause I mean, 'cause I work out.
Man, that see,
I
that's the lesson, folks.
yeah.
That's the lesson, folks. And Delina mentioned something similar too. Is that to be good at your art, you have to be healthy. You have to work out, and
And
especially with guitar, you have to have some strong hands
yeah,
because
so
those barcodes are freaking tough.
yeah, they are. So like I work out, I'd move the weights and stuff like that,
There we go. See,
so like I already
yeah,
had like calluses. Just I mean, still hell, I have them on right now 'cause
hell yeah,
I went today, but
respect.
um, so it was so the pain wasn't like abnormal,
Mm.
or anything. I was just like, okay, this is just part of it because but it was just getting the tone right and everything. And then I didn't buy my first electric till I actually went back before I came over here just to make sure I get this right. It was April of 2023 is when I bought my first electric guitar.
Okay, wow,
And
not too long ago.
yeah, not long ago at all. And I didn't even realize like how short of a time.
Damn, you freaking
Uh,
play it nice.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't even realize how long. So if you take a look at how long I've been playing guitar, it's not even that long because I've taken like years of breaks. I mean, it was 8 years before I picked it up again, and then I stopped again, and I didn't start playing it again till you know another 4 years had passed,
Hmm.
and then but I was just constantly, uh,
Something pulls you to it.
yeah, but that was just like in terms of the type of music that I wanted to play. That's really what motivated me to like really get down this intermediate and advanced stuff on the guitar. It was just type of music that I wanted to play
That
because
was
I
going to
just
be
I
my
was
next question. Was like, it's interesting that, well, not interesting. I guess that happens with most people. Like, that you started off acoustic and then went to electric,
yeah.
right? For me, it was kind of the opposite.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that,
Like I
which
started
is
with the electric,
interesting.
but I was like, I wanted to play like John Mayer. Not for
Yeah.
nothing. I know, but I wanted to, that was my first influence to kind of like learn or to try to learn how to play.
Y-
And I had the electric, but like I don't know, I just couldn't play it. Like
Yep.
I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful that I picked up the acoustic and like learned that way, like all the basic chords
Yeah.
and whatever I can learn. Cause yeah, it hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I say that's why I say f you about that. Cause for me, I would I would watch videos of people playing and see how they're sliding their fingers up and down the strings, and I'll try it. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, how are your fingers not bleeding all the time? And
Yeah.
because mine were like freaking, but now
Yeah.
I've developed those calluses, and I kind of use it as a sort of metaphor of life now, because like
Yeah.
that's kind of like where like kind of what you're talking about too is like kind of like
A discipline or
yeah, like and the pain kind of builds into something bigger later on. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
To help you later on to like build on something bigger.
Yeah.
You know?
But it was just yeah, but it was really like just a motivation for me. But also like no matter like how it was painful or whether I didn't get it. Like I don't mean to really like brag, but it really didn't take like I'm
No shit, you're natural. That's
I
cool. That's shit.
like listen.
Brag, man.
I mean like when
Own
I
that shit.
like when I say it, I sound like an asshole, but
No, not at all. Not at
like
all.
saying it out loud. But like I was like I've really picked it up pretty fast. Like it was not even.
I mean, the story that you're telling it sounds like it was meant to
And
be. Like,
yeah, it
like,
was I not really going and I'm sure for some people it's like that, whether it be with keys or drums or
whatever.
whatever type of instrument you play. But for me it was just it was just like that. But I loved music so much that and I just and again I was having fun. If I wasn't having fun, I'd probably just stop it.
Yeah.
Like I would get to a certain point and I would stop it, because if there's one thing about me is that like even if I'm not having fun, I'm still want to at least learn it as like a skill to be like, okay, I know I got this in my back pocket.
Yeah.
And but no, I was having such a good time because music was just that thing um for me. And I wasn't even doing blues stuff. I was like I was mm, like specifically like I would get into I would dive a little bit in the rock or country songs just every now and then. But like when I was learning, I would exclusively play R&B, like only. And and that's what really, and then that's when I started getting into a different theory on. I'm getting very I'm nerding out I'm gonna nerd out a little bit on like guitar terms. So guitar players were like, no, like I got into the cage system, which is different shapes essentially that create the chords and different stuff.
Man, that's the stuff that I had to learn myself.
Yeah, like you can
That I
play
don't.
like it pretty much says like for example, like you could play a E how you normally play a E up at the top, just how a E chord is normally played on the guitar. But if you go um all the way to the seventh fret and you bar and then put your fingers in a certain fret, that's also an E, and so on and so forth. It's just where different chords are all over the fretboard. And so that's normally how I play a lot. And because I'm so used to bar chords, like when you see me play, I rarely do open chords ever, like at all. Like when you see me play up there, I'm only doing bar chords.
Yeah.
And people always say it and they're like, your hands. I'm like, no, like this is, I don't even get tired, like, 'cause I'm just so used to so used to it. Like whether it be electric or acoustic, like I'm constantly playing bar chord. The only time I get there's only certain times where like my hand will cramp up, and it's only because I was like doing some physical labor with my hands, or like I was gripping something like the fast of the
Yeah.
day.
Right.
But I like all but when I'm trying to practice it, I cramp up. But when I get on the stage and when I do it, it's like nothing. I got
That's awesome.
like I don't feel anything. I not that like I'm numb or whatever. But excuse me. But
I can tell where your confidence comes from. Then
uh,
'cause
I mean, it's I mean, you say even confidence. I'm usually when I get up there, I'm just like, just don't fuck up, like constantly. It's just
well, I say that because your last set with Delina,
yeah,
when you opened for her, that was different. I've seen you play a few times.
yeah,
Almost kind of weekly, almost with the Love Mic.
yeah.
But that one was a little different. Like I was I kind of told you, like, you seem a little like your chest
Yeah,
was out a little more. Like it was.
well, because, well, also a lot because I think that was also an opportunity to showcase like my kind of range,
Mm,
'cause I don't get the opportunity to play songs like that like at all. Like
yeah.
the only time I'm playing is even if I play for other people, they normally uh they play songs that like I enjoy and I typically watch. But here's the thing: I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I'm non-discriminating. I listen to everything. Like I will like whether I could go from country R&B all the way to death hardcore scream metal. I'll listen, and then the jazz standards right after
Right.
that. Like, and I'll listen to I'll listen to Debussy and Mozart, like the other like even in the morning I was just in the mood, and I had a whole classical music playlist that I have, and I just put
Yeah.
it on, and I just made my breakfast and everything in the morning 'cause I just wanted to chill out. And I was like, and I'll listen to, so like I listen, and then if I'm going out, like I'll listen to EDM or house
Right.
music on all day, and I'll dance to it.
You
And
match the energy that you're feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I listen to everything. So it's um and I'll do it at home. Like I'll play a bunch of stuff at home. Just like when it's rare I actually have an opportunity to like jam to normal songs. Normally, most of the time, I'm either learning songs for a set, or I'm just writing and I'm just making my own stuff. Um, but at least now it's rare when I actually get a chance to jam. But but it wasn't until but even like but even like when I solo or when I do like my little thing on that just goes all to just watching different people in YouTube or
Yeah.
whatever. Like people always ask me who my favorite guitar players are, and I don't really have like favorites. Like
No, come on.
no, I really don't, 'cause like I mean like I have who got in like interested. Like who got me interested in learning how to solo and like all this stuff like that.
All right.
And I can
I'm putting you on the spot,
oh,
Mr. Alex.
okay, so
Top three.
okay, so
Start with number three.
so I okay, these are in no particular order, 'cause like I really listen, you say that, I don't rank them. I really don't rank people like that.
Okay.
Like I'll say like a top 3, but like they can go any order
Okay.
when I say that.
Okay.
So but I just know
Your top basket.
yeah. So um it's always Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Mm.
because I honestly I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for Stevie, and just and I mean I wouldn't be with guitar if it wasn't for Stevie, and of course my friend introducing me to Stevie.
Right.
Um it wasn't until I get older to where I realize on who I played the most. People have said different people are different guitar players, but I remember growing up when I learned it was always Stevie, BB King, and Santana,
Hey.
which is and the Santana thing was crazy. I didn't realize that until like I got older and like I actually started to like study him,
Mm.
quote unquote. And a lot of stuff of what he does is like very simple shit.
Yeah.
And like
I
like
mean,
it's it like
he did his stuff super
yeah.
inebriated
Yeah, but
in many ways.
yeah, yeah,
So it has
yeah,
to
that's
be.
true. That's true. But it's yeah, we won't even get into that. I don't do that. No, no,
No, no.
never in my life.
I'm saying that's the reason why
Yeah,
probably
that's the
it's so
reason why
simple. You
probably
know,
yeah.
like.
Um, but I didn't realize like how similar we actually like play
Mm.
until I started more saying like a lot of the like there's some riffs or some little licks he plays that I'm just like, oh shit, I got it from him, and I didn't even realize that until like
Oh yeah.
he'll come up on shuffle
Nice.
and he'll realize that. But that's just in me playing music. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, my influences.
See Ray Vaughan,
Uh, uh, uh,
Santana.
yeah, but that's just in my guitar playing. That's
Yeah.
not it. That's not just in music in general. I'm everywhere.
So, was there an artist that kind of inspired you to start singing? Because you're also a singer.
Yeah, I've always liked singing.
Yeah.
I never I like growing up like in when I was in school. I was in the choir and everything like that. And choir was really fun for me. And they will never see this, but like we had like 3 choir teachers throughout my time when I was in school. And I say my time in school, like I'm gonna preface this, like it was a time like when we actually like had like a proper choir class. It was from uh it was like from I think 4th grade to like 7th grade, and I stopped because after that I've been homeschooled the rest of my life after that. Never.
Oh.
So so after 7th grade, that's when I left the school I was at, and then I've been homeschooled ever since. But in that time between like really just 5th through 7th, I in that middle school range, we had like 3 choir teachers. And the first one, she was all right. It was fun. And then second one was horrible. I hated her. Like I don't use I don't really hate her. I don't hate anybody. But like
Yeah, I get it.
that was no, she was not great. Um and but the third one really uh she will never know this, and I don't and again, she's probably off in her own life, and probably I think like in California somewhere. I think
Mm.
last time I looked, and that was years ago. So I don't even know where she is. But I will name her by name, Miss Robinson. I remember Miss Robinson was uh she has no
Here's
idea.
to you,
Yeah,
Mrs.
yeah,
Robinson.
yeah. She has no idea the impact she did on me in terms of singing, especially when I was always kind of a. I went to a private Christian school, so um there were some things to where that we were taught or shown that was one really said outright, but the more you're just kind of wired like that, it was like frowned upon,
Yeah.
as it really goes.
Sure.
And and you can and especially as impressionable as you are when you're at that age, it just put a mindset in me that there was certain stuff that I couldn't do because either because I was a guy or different stuff like that. Like especially in my range, like I can go high. You've seen me,
Oh yeah.
so and it wasn't until um they were doing auditions for a choir competition, and she let the whole class audition, and we all had to do the same song. We all had to do Amazing Grace, and everybody went and sang it. We would all go 1-on-1 with her, and we would always sing it. And I remember that I went inside and I sang the whole thing in falsetto, like the whole song. I'd never done that because I was always a tenor
Yeah.
in that range. I was always a 3. Um, and because I always just and I could always go that high, but I never did because for me, just in the role, I thought, okay, like I'm a guy, like I have to stay within tenor and bass. Like I
Right.
cannot can go forward or like that. And after I did it, she just looked at me and she was like, "Why have you never done this in my class? Like, why have you never sang like that?" And I'm like, and I explained the real reason. The same thing I'm telling you
Yeah.
now is like, well, I just thought that I just wasn't supposed to do that,
Right.
And then I remember that, and then she gave me this whole um kind of pep talk thing and spiel, and then ever since then, like I would be moved wherever. I couldn't be a one, which I think. I mean, choir people, you're gonna ruin me. I think one is alto, and then two is soprano,
Okay.
and three tenor, four was bass, and then I would switch between. Would put me in sopranos and tenors and basses. Like I had that whole range covered.
Yeah.
Like whatever songs that we were doing, she would just move me to wherever. But it was just a funny sight because like I'd be the only guy in the C for girls and the Sopranos that could hit that,
Yeah.
and but it was just a funny little sight. But anytime we would go to competitions or anything, then we'd always move that. But I always liked to sing, ever since then, and that was
Do you remember any of that pep talk?
I really don't.
No,
But I just like I just
I know it's a long time ago.
I just yeah I do remember like the initial being like, why have you never done that?
No.
But in the look
And
she gave me,
that's what kind of gave you the confidence to kind of like, hey,
yeah, to be like, hey, you don't have to hide like what your gift is and what God's given you and everything.
yeah,
So I was uh and because that's normally what I did, and then I would sing just to myself, like um anytime I was really alone, so only certain people like knew. I never sung in front of my family ever. um and then there was one time I tried to do it in front of my family because like I thought that I had a little more confidence in myself, that I thought my self-esteem was a little up at the time, and I tried to sing it in the car. And then my mother is watching, so she's not gonna
hi
she's not
mom.
yeah, hi mom, she's not gonna like this. But I remember I sung, I think it was an NSYNC song that popped up
Mm.
on the thing. I was on aux, and an NSYNC song popped up on shuffle, and I sang the whole thing in the car. Well, at least I tried to sing the whole thing. I got through like the first thing, and then she it wasn't meant to be like rude or anything. Like she wasn't trying to bring me down or anything like that. But she was talking about on how I sounded too nasally, and then like all these critical sort of
Oh
points.
wow. She,
Uh,
she she was being producer.
yeah, a little bit, and after that, I just stopped. Like I never sung in front of
Oh.
them like ever again after that because I was just so embarrassed and
Yeah,
like
that's natural. Yeah.
because and like I said, you're gonna hit me that I'm gotten better now because obviously I sing in front of you all the time, mother. But like but at the time I was I did not. But however, I didn't start really singing until like at my first job. And looking back at it now, I think it was like super cringy. I'm like singing on my lunch break in the back where the whole kitchen staff can hear, and like everything. Like I had no
Hey, they're gonna have stories later, but oh yeah, he was here singing.
yeah, there was no Thanksgiving. Even when we were closing, I'd be mopping, I'd be singing my heart out, just
Yeah.
out to the world. No headphones or nothing. Like I'd just be playing
That's
the stuff
awesome.
at my phone, the music, when we were cleaning, and I'd just be singing, and people always told me that I sung good, but I always be like, yeah, I'm alright. Like I would always be like, yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, even still then, I think I'm still like, yeah, I'm alright. Like there's so many more talented people in terms of singing than me. Like in terms of like I'm gonna name drop people who I think are better than me. I'm gonna do this because y'all deserve y'all flowers.
Alright.
Shay Ferrara,
Hey,
Rylan
yes.
Rivas, let's see, Corey and Tiger, DK and Tiger, y'all. Like I think just on a
Big name drops.
Malachi.
Big
Oh
name.
my God,
Shit,
dude,
yeah.
it is so unfair.
Malachi.
Yeah, it
I-
is. It is Ella Dabney.
yeah,
Um,
that's our last name.
like it is. That's just to name a few. I couldn't go on and on. There are so many people who, in terms of saying, y'all
Alex
are.
Nolasco.
No, God no. I'm not even close to that list. Like y'all are so much better than me. I'm just gonna point that out. Like I don't even know what I'm doing here when I hear y'all sing. I was like, I'm gonna look right at the camera when I say that. I don't know what I'm doing here. But but it's different stuff like even now I still think that like, oh, I'm alright. But um in terms of singers, like it just goes back to what I learned because like growing up I learned like I didn't like I was singing like I said, mom and dad always influenced me like through their through like the type of music they listen to, and that's what I started listening to from that. Besides, yeah, from Usher, which would come on the
Right.
radio, but um, but I didn't. But I was really in the country growing up. I would listen to country music all the time, and that I got that from mom. I would be in the George Strait and all the classics and all the '90s country. She loves John Michael Montgomery, and for people who are in the country
Yeah.
who know that, "I Swear" was her wedding song. The song he has called "I Swear,"
Oh yeah.
which is a cover actually. And I can't remember the R&B band who actually did the original song,
Oh my
but
god.
the
This is how old I feel right now. I'm like, I know exactly where you're talking about.
yeah,
And now that, and you're like, oh yeah, it's actually a cover from some old band.
yeah, um,
I swear.
yeah, exactly. I can't remember the name of the band for
Moon
some
and the
reason. I don't. It's just blanking
stars
on me.
in the sky. I had no idea.
Uh,
They
yeah,
were like one of those kind of one hit wonders back then.
yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah. So
late mid to late '90s.
yeah. So um so I was really into that, and then I got into the more current country artists, at least at the time. Like there was Josh Turner, Chris Young, just name a couple that I was really into at the
Yeah.
time. Um and then it wasn't until I was probably 10, the ages from like 10 to 13, I got into oldies stuff. So
Oh,
uh, so uh,
don't tell me.
so I got so that's when I first listened to Sam Cooke. I listened to
Okay, actual oldies. Okay, good.
yeah.
I
Oh
was
no, I'm
scared you're gonna
actual
say
oldies.
like
Yeah, I'm
I
going.
was scared you were gonna like mention like 80 or like '90s people.
Oh
Oh
God,
yeah,
no, I'm going like 50s, 60s. Like
all
I'm
right, yeah,
Sam Cooke, James Brown, Ray Charles,
yeah,
Al Green, um, Benny King,
yeah.
just to Otis Redding. It was all those that
How does how'd you stumble into all them?
so Sam Cooke. Well, no, I should preface this. So Stand by Me, Benny
Hmm.
King, which uh is one of my favorite songs in the world. It's probably we were talking about rankings, right?
No,
If we had to do rankings, probably number 2
okay.
because just of the impact it had on me, just in my life, and then just first listening to that and everything, and I always love when Kayla Raquel
Yeah,
the
right.
does
Yeah.
it at Love Mike and stuff like that. It's always a fun time, and when she just performs just in general.
And always forgets the words.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna talk about that. It's
It's
fine.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. When I'm there, I'll help her out.
Adorable.
Like I
It's the
know.
most adorable thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. Listen, it's all about the vibes. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
Yeah, it's all about the vibes. And and uh so every time that song, I just perk up because it's always just so good to me. So I heard that first, and then I didn't get in the Sam Cooke. There was some woman on America's Got Talent, or maybe or no, it was X Factor actually.
Mm.
There was a video where she did a cover of Sam Cooke's "Bring It On Home to Me," um, and that was the first ever anything exposure to Sam Cooke that I got, and she sung it so beautifully, and then that's what made me look up the original song.
Hmm.
And that was the first ever Sam Cooke song I ever heard. It was "Bring It On Home to Me," and then that's when I got into and then I listened to and I got into Otis Redding from there. I listened to "Sit on the Dock of the Bay" from Otis Redding. That happened there, and then after that, it was like a whole playlist on YouTube. I just went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So and then Al Green's "Love and Happiness," was a very yep, exactly. Yeah. And that little guitar riff, oh my God.
I know, right?
Yeah, I still get chills every time I hear it. It's so good. Um, and again, it's those and Ray Charles and all this stuff. Ray Charles, the first song. Oh my God, what was the first song I ever heard from Ray Charles? I think the first song I ever heard from Ray Charles was, um, it was it was uh it was actually Georgia on My Mind. That was the very first song I heard from Ray Charles. I didn't it wasn't hit the like I knew Hit the Road Jack existed, but I
Mhm.
never mean, like I was aware it existed and I've heard like bits and pieces of it, but
Yeah.
never like start to finish and be like, oh, I like this. Um, Same with James Brown. Like James Brown, like he was always kind of around, but I never knew it was James Brown until I was like, oh, that's like I couldn't put a name to the
Yeah.
song. You
I
know what
get
I mean?
that. Yeah.
But that was because from movies
Sure.
and anything like that.
Commercials
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
commercials exactly. That's just what all that would come from. But it was really those people who taught me. I always credit those people on those amazing people who like really taught me how to really sing, like, and all the influences like Al Green really showed, the fuss
Yeah. Right.
yeah, like is like the way
But
he
like,
goes.
but like not belting. It's like a.
Yeah,
It's just fucking. It's called silky smooth.
yeah, and yeah, and Sam Cooke would always be. I always credit Sam Cooke as being like really like smooth and all stuff, but Otis was like a chainsaw when he sung. You could feel everything,
Mm.
and
That's a good way to put it. Like a
yeah,
chainsaw.
like and it was just so beautiful from the way Otis sung, and then James Brown. I just get the attitude. I love it.
Yeah.
Like it just it it and also like like I couldn't hit the screams for like a long time. I would always try, and like but it took me a while for me to actually like get those same sort of thing.
I don't think
And then I got into Stevie from them.
Uh-huh.
Like Stevie Wonder came after that, and Superstition was the first song I ever heard from Stevie, and it's still one of my favorites ever. It really was a big influence. Superstition. I've done it a couple times before, and performed.
Have you ever done a the name just escaped me. Your influences again?
Well, the first ones were Sam Cooke, Ray Charles, Otis Redding, Al Green, James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you do a James Brown song. Have you?
No, it's hard. There's one I do want to do that I still haven't done, but like it's one of my favorites. It's Try Me. And I've always wanted to do a cover on it, but I just haven't. I don't know why. It hasn't just come up.
When the time's right.
I guess so. But Try Me has always been one of those. I wanted to do. I tried to do It's a Man's World once, but at the same time, I tried to do it with a live band when I tried to do that, and that live band was a little left to be desired. At the time when I tried to do it, and so now I'm just like, okay, we gonna hold off on this a little bit. But plus, also with a Man's World, I gotta do it in a little bit like a half step lower than he does it in. I can't do it in the original key, or at least I can, but it's just kind of a strain for me.
Can you do any of his moves?
Oh, have you seen me?
I don't know if I've ever seen you do
like
exactly James Brown stuff.
and then like you like you kind of see it, and for people who have seen me dance and get down.
Yeah,
and
see, that's
like,
the problem with me in the Tiny Seeds is that I'm tied to this day. It's Thursday
Yeah.
through Sunday, so I can't see you all.
but like
in
even
all
in
your
love,
other
but even
open
in love,
mics,
Mike, like if I'm really like vibing out or like anything like that, you'll see me.
yeah,
I
it'll
will
come
bust
out.
that. I do not mess around. He taught me how to dance. I did, like
Yeah.
everybody says Michael Jackson. It was James Brown first.
Well,
But
not for nothing,
I mean for
James Brown taught Michael Jackson.
yeah, for him
was
too.
A big influence,
Yeah,
at
but
least.
like it was the same for me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like I learned I wanted to do what James Brown did first before I tried to learn what Michael Jackson was doing.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Because that's just how I got exposed. And I always liked Michael Jackson, but I was never but Michael Jackson with me never like hit like those guys did. And I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Musically, also.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Jackson I loved,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't until like I got older to where I've started to really listen to Michael Jackson more and then get into the songs how it was.
Yeah.
Same in that type of in the type of music as well. Like in terms of like specifically R&B, for example.
Yeah.
Like R&B, I obviously got like kind of the origins of soul and R&B from those guys that I just mentioned, right? But it wasn't until, and I'm gonna preface this because it's one of my favorite albums of all time. Honestly, I wouldn't have taken music as seriously as I did if it wasn't for this album. Bruno Mars's 24 Karat Magic.
All right.
When he dropped that just set off a whole new like just world really. 'Cause like I was always into like I would always listen to that type of music, um but I would always be kind of just stuck in the past and just stuck in there. So it was kind of also hard to like kind of relate to people 'cause they're like, "Oh, what kind of music you listen to?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's
Like
mostly."
everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I say that, but I'm also like, "Oh, it's kind of oldies or whatever." But when I say oldies, I remember one time I told somebody that, and they're like, "Oh, like Ice Cube and shit like that," and I'm
Oh,
like,
jeez.
and I was just like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, we'll just go with that." You know, 'cause like he wasn't wrong, but also he wasn't right at the same
Yeah.
time. And so I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll just go with that," because I didn't. It was one of those things where like I just didn't want to say that like, "Oh yeah, I'm listening to just like old '60s
Yeah.
R&B soul stuff,"
But
eh,
what's funny is that that song and Bruno Mars in general.
yeah, it was
That's kind
that.
of all of that encompassed
Yeah,
into
exactly. That album
a
was like,
contemporary artist. You know,
yeah,
like
that album like took all those influences
yeah,
from there, but also like from the '90s, and he did, you know, with
everything.
finesse and New Jack Swing
Yeah.
and all that stuff like that, and it sent me down a rabbit hole like that. Like that was the same year deep dive, like really deep dive into like D'Angelo
Yeah.
and Luther Vandross
Oh wow, Luther.
and like all that and and all the old '90s stuff like SWV and so
I haven't heard that. So
yeah.
wow.
Lauryn Hill, 'cause I knew Lauryn
Yeah.
Hill,
Yeah.
but Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is my favorite album of all time. I just want to preface that as well.
All right.
But like and I knew like I knew the only song I knew from Lauryn Hill was that thing, the doo wop. You know, that was the only song I knew at the time, and then that's when I really started to listen to like I listened to that album back and front
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
that, and then I got into and then it was of course, you know, Usher, and he came back into the fray, and then oh my God, there's so many R&B artists that I got into at that time. And then I didn't get into the blues until my friend showed me Stevie, and I didn't even get into Hendrix
Oh
until
nice.
then either. Like Hendrix was a mystery to me.
Hmm.
Like for like everybody always says, oh, it was Hendrix, or for new people it was like John Mayer, and then only for Texas people you get Stevie. But for me, like Hendrix never really came across my radar, like at all. Even when I was trying to learn guitar,
Yeah.
like I knew of Hendrix, but I don't know if it was just like he was just too difficult for me at the time to like
That's kind of like yeah.
try to learn or whatever. Um,
I felt kind of a similar kind of way where I was like, yeah, I
yeah,
like Hendrix. Let me try it. I was like, nope.
yeah, but
I saw those tabs. I was like, mm.
yeah, but other than like All on the Watchtower and Voodoo Child, those are the only ones to where I'm like, I kind of want to learn how to play that.
Yeah.
The other ones, I'm just like, okay. But again, that was like at that time. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I want to know all this
Yeah.
stuff. like, so it's just those. And again, me discovering all that stuff, I still listen to the old stuff, but um, whether it be and then it wasn't even just those genres. But those are just the most that had like an impact on me.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. But like I would still listen to hip hop. I'd still listen um to all those albums and the jazz and everything. I didn't get into rock as well, but rock didn't come. Rock was really big when I was younger. But again, I talk about going back to like the whole growing up in a Christian
Right.
centered the thing in a Christian school. It was always told as kind of on. But here's the thing: I was like, I was 8 years old when 3 Days Grace dropped their um X album, and like I like Never Too Late was like one of my favorite songs, and that talks about like not and the whole message of the song is like, you know, hey, don't take your own life because it's never too late. Like you could still turn around and everything's gonna get better.
Right.
I was 8 years old and I love that song. I did not need to be at 8 years old
I know,
listening
right?
to the thing, but I was into it. Like I was, oh my God, I was going through it at 8 years old. But like, um, but that was never, but and then that sort of stopped for a while because I was just sort of in that mode of like, don't listen to it or whatever, 'cause you're just gonna, you know, it's like in that thing. And then it wasn't until again, like I say again, that range from 16 and onwards to where everything started coming back and flowing back, and I'm allowing everything to just come back in my life, and I'm happier, or at
Good.
least I was getting happier
Yeah.
as I was in terms of a music thing. Um, but in terms of the singing thing, I never thought music would be a thing for me. I always had an affirmation for it,
Yeah.
or not affirmation. What's the word? Aspiration. There we go. That's
Yeah.
it. Um, I always had I had the aspiration. I remember like I would always, because I'd always be like, I always like music, and I would create playlists and everything like that, and um I have playlists for every mood and every holiday and all this stuff, and I still do. Um but I didn't want to be known as just like, I want to be known as a music person, but not just like as a playlist creator guy.
So that brings me to my next kind of question or segment maybe. So now we know your influences for music.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, you said, you know what, I'm going to start doing this stuff in front of people and maybe start writing my own stuff.
Okay.
So how like, what was the spark for that?
So I always so performing in front of people wasn't even in the cards. I just wanted to do it as a hobby,
Yeah.
and just keep it up, because I loved the music so much. And when I started learning guitar, I was like, uh, before I started even learning to wanting to pick up the guitar again and learn all this stuff, years went by where I was like, and I would tell my friends and like even just random people, anyone who would listen, like, like they would ask me, they're like, hey, what do you want to, like, what do you want to do in Dream? Because especially when as a teenager, you're always, especially coming up on the college thing and like all this stuff, they're like, what do you want to do? What do
Sure.
you want to work towards and all this stuff. And I'm the most indecisive person when it comes to that stuff. Not because like not because it's more of like I don't know what to do kind of the thing. It's more of there's just an abundance of things that I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
or also just things that I'm like good at in a sense, or
Right.
that I have like a little bit in, but not enough that I want to commit
To
to
one of
this
those.
thing.
Yeah.
So, and I never went to college because of that, but because I just didn't want to be in that debt. But anyway,
Yeah. Smart.
that's um. But like also I didn't want to be in that debt, but like also just keep switching around, which everybody says is a normal part of the experience. But like, listen, I don't want to be part of that.
It is normal. That's the unfortunate. That's why I say you're smart. I have a bachelor's, but it is that you're hopping around a lot.
Yep.
You're learning. I mean, you're what, in between 18 and 20. What else? 21, 22.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like on
Yeah. Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah. You're in that sense.
Um,
Yeah. So.
so yeah, you're still kind of figuring shit out, and like, I don't know what the stats are, but I think a vast majority of people that graduate with whatever degree don't end up doing what that degree was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, great. They had the experience and everything, and they kind of, what they say, got a well-rounded education and all this and that. But
Yeah.
there's, what's his name, Gary V or somebody. There's some
Yeah.
influencer
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you could have spent that money traveling Europe and got the same, probably better education.
Yeah.
Like,
And to
who knows though? Who
yeah.
knows?
Yeah. And to an extent, he's got a point with all that
Yeah.
stuff. But at the same, but like also, I mean, we're getting sidetracked on
Yeah,
the
a little
whole
bit.
on the whole school thing. Listen, my point is, like, if you're looking to become to better society, whether it be a lawyer or a doctor or anything, or engineer, all that stuff, school is wonderful. You go for it.
Yeah.
You do that. I'm all for it. But like, if anything else, whether it be like a little thing, I would just, you could still do it. Obviously, it's your prerogative. But I'm always the type of person to just be like, oh, let's really think about this for a second,
Yeah.
and really go for it.
That's how it should be.
But I would tell, but just to get back on track, I would tell anybody who would listen, like I really want to. It was more of a desire to just contribute. I didn't want to be just the person who just liked a bunch of music and just made playlists and yay, just kind of frolic around, and the
Yeah.
and the thing. I wanted to contribute somehow, some sort of way, and that's what really got into like, okay, well, you know what, learn an instrument. I did, I could have went, oh, well, I'll just work on sound or do anything like that. No, my mind immediately went to like,
Play something.
yeah,
Yeah.
play something and like really like contribute, whether it just be
Wow.
playing other people's songs or just like so that's what started the guitar thing for me, because I wanted to contribute. And then again, I was just doing it as a hobby, just playing and all that stuff. But like, and it wasn't even the goal of doing it in front of other people or showing other people. It was just really the goal of myself of being like I can contribute to this thing I like without just
When you
being
say contribute, what do you mean? Like contribute to what? Like to into the general like music
yeah, just
world?
just
Like
to this just art form. I mean,
yeah,
really like I know I know you can make the argument of like contributing as like a listener, but that was just it was like too in my mind it was too little. Like I didn't
yeah,
like this is um it was just too much of a small scale. Like I didn't just want to be a supporter of this thing that like so much. Like I wanted to like I wanted to. I
to
mean,
contribute.
yeah,
No,
yeah, I keep saying
I
contribute, but
totally
like
get what you're saying because like you add a a different kind of I don't want to say genre, but like a different kind of something different to the whole
yeah,
mix. Like as speaking of my experience with the Love Mic and just in the DFW music community in
mhm,
general, you add something kind of different too. So like
mhm,
so you are contributing in that sense. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So I got into that, and then
But like there was a so I guess maybe like how what were the circumstances that led to your first like live performance in front of somebody?
okay, so it wasn't until like so I mentioned about all the guitar playing and all that stuff like that.
Right.
It was and I bought my first electric in April 2023. On April 2023, and just through that year,
Mhm.
that was just a rough year in general for me, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. But also the year where everything just sort of started to change, really.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, and I was playing the guitar and I was learning, and then I just started posting. They're still on my Instagram. If you scroll down far enough, they're there. It's
Yeah.
just me. Did you like actually see my progress? And it's me just soloing over backing tracks that I found on YouTube. And there's some videos that are like 7 minutes long, and I'm like, I did not be posting that long. No one's gonna watch that long. But I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna post it, whatever. And I'm just posting guitar videos of me playing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like the end of 2023. Well, no, really the end of it was really the end of 2022 to where I like dabbled like first into like writing,
Hmm.
and I just wrote one little sentence and like that was it. I didn't write
What
anything
was the
else.
sentence?
I have it on my phone
You have it?
actually. Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I keep I
Oh,
write
this is awesome.
yeah
The very first lyric written
no
by
no
Alex
no
Nolasco.
no no no. no this is and it's so stupid now that I read it now. But like
No.
but so the first ever thing I wrote it was and I timestamp everything. Any lyric I write, I timestamp
All
it. So I
right.
have the date.
Good
So
archive.
it was November 8th, 2022. And like it was just I don't even know what melody I had in my head when I wrote it. I'm always just like humming shit
Yeah.
and just and everything. And usually I'm doing it when I'm like at work or something.
Yeah.
I'll be like taking out the trash. I'll be
Right.
like, oh, and I'll just be on my phone. I'll just type it in and then just go like that. Um, uh, uh, and like it was just a simple like I saw you standing there with your dark brown hair and your deep dark eyes. Oh, they caught me by surprise. Never thought I had a chance. You had me hanging by the seat of my pants. Before you go, I just need you to know. And then like that was it. That's all I wrote.
Nice.
And like and then that same day I wrote another one that said I'm tired of crying, wasting all my tears and explaining my fears. Just go ahead and go. This has been nothing but lows.
Ooh.
And I wrote it that same day. It's still timestamp 11/8/2022. So that was the only.
How far apart? Like couple hours or?
I don't even know. I don't put the time. I just put the
Okay. All
date.
right.
I don't even know. And then the next kind of things I wrote wasn't until like I have November 18th, and then December 9th, and then um and again it was just me experimenting, just writing different stuff, usually to the melodies of different songs.
So like with everything was inspired by another person or a relationship.
No, cause
No,
like listen, I was
because I was going to ask who would you want to say who that is about, or is there a person, or was it just kind
no,
of yeah? You were just like
no. There's not. I was. Listen, I'm gonna be frank here, and a lot of people who know, and a lot of people who know me, and I've shown like pictures of this before. I was a fat kid growing up. Like I was huge. Um, a combination of different things just led to that. Whether it wasn't even like a eating sort of thing. There was like I'm like I technically wasn't even. I'm technically a miracle baby. I wasn't even supposed to be here. Like my mom and dad tried for
oh wow,
a couple times, and then like they went to I don't know 3 or 4 doctors, and they said that kids are not in the picture. Like you just it's not happening. Like it just from I don't know what the exact reasoning was, like some
yeah.
medical term or whatever. That just wasn't happening. And then after they went to like the last doctor, they looked at I think like maybe a month to 3 later. Then all of a sudden, oh here I am. Like I've showed signs of life, and then but then when after I was born, they were like, okay, no, but that's it though. Like that's it. You can't have any more. Like this is just by some miracle that he's here. It's not happening. And then 5 years later, oh, here's my sister, and like,
Wow.
and like so,
Where's this doctor?
yeah, I don't even know. It was I think it was multiple, but like but but I'm underdeveloped in a way like physically.
Mm.
I don't have a pectoral major muscle on my right side.
Oh.
I have a upper pec up here. Um, but I there's it's just flat. It's just literally bone right here. Like you could feel my rib cage if you just touched it. Uh, and then and because of that, I don't have my lateral back muscles. I have like half of one
Huh.
on my right side. Um, on the major side. Uh,
Are
it's a
you like in pain right now with that
no,
stool?
not at
Okay,
all.
good,
No,
good.
not at all. It's a rare birth defect that's called Poland syndrome, and not a lot of people know about it.
Poland syndrome.
But also, um, but also I got kind of lucky as well because when people are born with it, usually they also have an underdeveloped arm, where they don't have all their fingers. One arm is shorter than the other.
Oh.
But I'm perfectly fine on that front.
And you can play the guitar like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, everything's good on that. Um, so that happened with that, and then so that uh now me explaining that I'm blanked. Where am I leading to with that? What was the question before that? Explain that. I got sidetracked. What were we talking about?
um, Shoot. This is what happens at the Tiny Talks. You were
Oh yeah,
describing how you
Oh
were.
yeah, okay. I got it. I got it. Yeah, we're good. All right. So because of that, I had to be put on a lot of. This is a long explanation, but I there was a lot of steroids
Hmm.
that just keep my body afloat, essentially,
Yeah.
and just keep going and just keep being around. So that got added, and then so that kind of puffed me up, and then as well as eating, of course, just got in that 'cause I just had to keep up with my body.
Hmm.
Um, and then and then in turn of that, like I grew up with asthma and everything that's all grown out now, and everything like that. But I was a really fat kid growing up, all the way till 16. Like I didn't start losing weight till 2017, and I mean I have a picture on my phone of what I used to look like and stuff. And honestly, I think it's still there on my Instagram. There's maybe a photo or two. I think there was a photo when I got my driver's license when I was like 16. And I'm like, everybody thought I was Asian because cause like my eyes and the way my cheeks would fill up and the way I would smile. And and I was um so growing up I was never like I would have crushes all the time, obviously.
Mm.
It just as a guy and just how as growing up or whatever. But I was never like anybody's chosen thing. So
So that song was kind of just
yeah, it was just
hypothetical,
yeah,
basically. Like,
it was all hypothetical and it just
oh,
like
that's kind of even sadder. It's like the breakup that you wish you had almost.
yeah, I mean not even that. It's just like everything was just sort of and it's not that like I wished
Hmm.
for it per se. I just wanted to cuz I've always liked writing. Like I've always been I'm very much a nerd.
Hmm.
Like I really am. Like I have like you should. My room is a damn museum of like I have, whether it be from books to figures to from everything. I got signed stuff. Like I am a nerd. Like I will preface that. Like I am an or a geek. I guess there's no between nerd and geek. I'm more of a geek
Yeah.
than if you really want to go there. Whether it be but like I said, from books to and then that's any sort of medium, like whether it be comic books or the medium. I was always into superheroes, the video games and all the stuff like that. Just storytelling just in general, like I'm in it. and
Oh
um
wow.
and I always wanted, and I always loved creative writing. Like even in school, I was like, there was at one point where I wanted to be like an actual author, and like I still have my notebooks where I have stories idea and short stories that I've written. um some of them are honestly, I look back on it, I'm like, actually that's really good. I have something a little bit there. um but uh then but I have all these drafts and in my notes. And then there was one time I did have a blog,
Oh yeah.
and it's not there now, so don't try to find it. But
It's always there.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody's gonna find it now.
Yeah, but that was pretty recent. Like that was in my 20s that I started that blog. But and then it was called Alex's Understanding,
Mm.
and I would just write about my interests. I would write about whether it be fitness or where
That sounds like an album.
TV shows, movies, whatever. I would just be writing everything. But same thing. I was also in TV shows, movies, all that stuff, and um, but I just love storytelling. So even if I'm writing something that where like I don't have a personal experience in, I'm writing to get that feeling, and
Yeah.
I'm getting inspiration from all these different things. And a couple of my originals are like that. Some of them are personal experience.
Yeah. So you developed your musical chops a little bit,
Yeah.
and then combined your storytelling.
Yeah. So, and then that's what started writing for me. Like I said, I had that in 2022. Like that's really what I just started. I was just dabbling, 'cause I was but I would write in a
Man, I
story set.
wish I love asking people, like I really love to know like the moment like all that starts, like where you're like, you know what, like you're sitting like like I'm gonna freaking write a song right now,
Yeah, yeah,
like and like why that happened and like what was going on,
yeah.
that what I mean?
I just wanted to
But
dabble. Yeah.
that's super hard to remember. I know.
Yeah,
You know.
no, but like it was really just 'cause I just wanted to dabble. I was just
Yeah.
like, we'll see. But also it was a different way of writing, because anytime I would write would always be for like in a storytelling sense, for like a novel or a
Yeah.
book. Like I would always be writing in that sense. Never. I tried to get into poetry for a little bit, but like I could not write poetry to save my life. But I'm like, oh, poetry is similar to songwriting. And I was like, maybe I can dabble in
You're
this.
an energy conductor, is what I call it.
Energy
That's what
conduct-
you're doing. Yes,
Yep.
is that
Um,
you're not really talking so much from experience, but you're
yeah,
trying to invoke this
yeah, yeah.
energy.
I get,
You know?
yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
one way of putting it. But
So you're like conducting the energy.
yeah.
If you can see me right now, well, yeah, I'll show you.
Uh,
He's conducting the energy.
so, um, so I would so I would be so I just would dabble in that. And then it wasn't until in 2023, um like near the end of it, where I really started writing um as as a way to just escape and
Mhm.
just get it out.
Yeah.
'Cause wasn't going to therapy at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
um so it was uh, so it was just a way to get all that out. And then in that same year, um the same year's things got really bad um at the end of it. And but we still here. So
Did you
mm,
start writing first or performing first?
writing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never even thought I was gonna be able to perform
Yeah.
ever. And honestly, I kind of was okay with that. I was never but like like I go back and say, like, I never thought. I've said this before. I've said it kind of before, not at different times and just to people.
Mhm.
I've never thought any of this was in the cards, like, ever. I never performed in front of people until April this year.
No, get out of here.
For real.
I don't
Like
believe you.
I didn't. I've everything.
April of this year.
Yeah, everything has just been in my room and just whether and same for the singing. Like no one's ever really heard me except for like close friends or the time when I'm there. Um, it was it wasn't until it was April 2025. It was April 12th was the actual date that I went and did my first ever open mic at Opening Bell Coffee,
Hey, hey.
and uh and I went there. I went to a couple of them just to check it out 'cause I've never been to something like that before, and I don't even know um what was the actual desire to do it. I think it was because I think I was like posting more of my guitar videos on Instagram, just me soloing. But I'd be like, oh, I can learn songs, and I've been told I got a good voice, and at the time, um, the job I had, I was leaving, or at least I was thinking about leaving,
Mhm.
and I had this availability, at the time now where it was, I could actually like make stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm gonna go, check it out and see what's up. 'Cause I was getting a tattoo. That's that like the couple days before, like on that day when I went to go check everything out, not performing,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to go check everything out. I was getting a tattoo, so I was like, oh, so after the tattoo session, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stop by and just check it out.
Get
And
all the adrenaline, right?
yeah, I did for real. Like we sat for like 7 hours, and
Yeah.
she did a session, and then I went to
Let's
go.
get on stage.
And no, not even to go get on stage.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to check it out. So I went to Opening Bell, and I saw uh, and when I went there, I watched a couple people. First person I ever saw actually was Amanda. And that really and like I don't know if she's ever gonna see this, but Amanda was really the first person that I ever saw like in the Dallas music scene. And I saw her perform. She did Amy Winehouse cover, and I love when she sings Amy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she does Amy so well. Um, but and I just went up to her and just said how good she did. Didn't even say my name. Didn't even say like that.
Yeah.
Didn't say that. I just had to tell her like how good of a job she did. And then I stayed for like a little bit till how far they went. I think till 6 o'clock, and then then I went home. And then I was thinking about doing that. I was like, but there's another one I check, and I actually did go to Love Mike, not to perform. Went just go check it out. This when they were still at Granada, Sundown in Granada, and that was such different
Yeah.
vibe um from Opening Bell. Uh, and that's and Kayla was co-hosting still and everything. I think Kayla just like was very recently started co-hosting
Yeah, like
at the time
I'm
at the
that's
time when
so
I
weird
went.
that like I know exactly the timeline that like I was at that.
Yeah, like it was pretty recent when Kayla started co-hosting with
Yeah.
Jana, and and I went, and that was like so different. And then
When you say so different, how?
well, one, the tracks thing was different. Like, people playing tracks, like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same, but also at the same time, like, there were so many different genres. Like
Yeah.
where we were getting all rappers and
Like
and
everything,
yeah,
right?
yeah, we're getting everything, and it was mainly rappers a lot of time, and of course, they're playing it over the big giant speakers, and just
Yeah.
and not that like I didn't enjoy myself or whatever, but it was just like, what the heck, like it was just so crazy.
And everyone's super supportive. Like,
Yeah, and it was that, but I just went and just I paid the $8 fee, and I just sat in the crowd, and I listened. Um, Everybody was like good who at least went up there, or at least I enjoyed for a little bit. The only one I really enjoyed though, and who I actually just had the courage just to say like, hey, you did a good job. It was Sarah Hanks,
oh yeah.
and and uh. And so like the top people I ever had like any interactions with, and before I even went to perform, it was Amanda and Sarah Hanks.
Yeah.
Those are the only two people I ever talked to that I was just like, hey, I really like your stuff. Like I just had to tell them,
Yeah.
like it was that it was great. And I've told Sarah that before. Like she was one of the first people that I ever encountered, like ever.
And that's
And
probably around the time that she kind of also started performing around
yeah, I
this
think I think
community.
so. She actually did
Yeah.
when she went up there, she did Eternity in My Mind.
Yeah.
And I remember, and she played it with the audio, and she just went up there and sung it like she played the backing track. She didn't go on the piano and do it.
Yeah.
Or I guess with the guitar, 'cause it's kind of it's a bossa nova kind of
Yeah.
thing. But um, and uh, and I remember just hearing it, and I was just like, man, that's such a good song, and like all this stuff. So it was top two. I don't think I mean, I don't think Amanda's ever gonna see it, but like Amanda don't know that you were the very first person that I ever talked to. And then Sarah was the second, and then but then after that I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go opening bell first because it just seems, at least at the time, seems more my vibe.
Mm.
And then plus I've never done anything like this before. I was like, let's just, a coffee shop seems pretty nice, so
Right.
I'll just go in there. And April 12th was the day. I took a picture and everything. I took a picture of the
Yeah.
sign that said open mic, and
Awesome.
I posted about it. And I posted on my Instagram story, said first time trying to open mic. I was like, wish me luck. And I remember one of my friends, she texted me. She was like, you're gonna do great. And I'm
I
like,
can't believe it was only this freaking spring.
oh yeah. It was April. I never been. Um, and then and I did just two covers, and don't even ask me what I did. I can't remember what the cover. No, I do remember one. No, I do remember one cover I did. There's a song by this um blues rock folk singer named Sean James. It's called Through the Valley. Um, it was featured actually in a video game, The Last of Us 2, which is actually a show on with Pedro Pascal on HBO and everything like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Um, but it's I love that song so much, and he's also a big influence on me, especially now. Um, uh, with how he does that, his writing is just insane. But it's one of those songs that I wish I wrote, and um, and I did a cover of that, and I remember people coming up and telling me like, that's your first time like ever in front of people, 'cause I said it when I got up on there, like, hey guys, this is my first time ever in front of people. Like so if I like mess up, like just tell me no. And and I did it, and I was shaking like a leaf. My leg was going up and down and twitching the whole time I was playing. And I didn't even have a plug-in acoustic guitar. I just had my acoustic that I that bought for 250. I brought it
Right.
with me,
Yeah.
and they mic'd me up, and I was just so. And I was like, I was doing test. I was doing like test. I was like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, this is just so weird. Um, and I did it, and then but that was more confirmation when people were like, "Hey, you sound really great," or "Your voice is crazy." And then some people are like, "I didn't expect you to sound like that," and I'm like, and I'm like, honestly, me neither. To be honest, I thought I was gonna just bomb,
Yeah.
but it was. And then after that, I just started going every week. That's when I met, and then eventually I met a lot of people that I know, like Ren, and met Ren over there. Ren was another one of the first people that
Really.
that I interacted with, 'cause I think it was only the second week ever that I went to opening bell again. It was like I went on the Saturday, and the next Saturday I went back for the second time ever. And Ren was there, and then she recorded me like she always does. She always posts people when she
Yeah.
goes up and
Yeah.
mics in. I love her for it.
Mhm.
And she asked for my Instagram, and then a lot of people were asking for my Instagram. And I'm like, holy shit, y'all
You're
people are following me. Like, it's crazy. I like, people want to keep up with me. It's insane, 'cause I never had, like, I always said like I have friends, but like I never really like had friends. You know what I mean? Like I had acquaintances, but there were only like a certain, like I could count on one hand the people who I actually thought like were friends. Um, so that just opened a whole new door for me, because in terms of a social standpoint,
Yeah.
because it's not that I was ever socially awkward or had social anxiety or anything like that. I'm fine with big crowds and anything like that. Like I've always not had a problem with that. I'm very
That's why it's hard for me to believe that you only started doing live stuff like this past spring. Like, you look so confident
yeah,
and so comfortable up there.
yeah. I'm very the term is like ambiverted, so like I can be extrovert.
Ambiverted.
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
yeah, I can be extroverted and introverted. I can adapt.
Very cool.
Natural state. I'm more of an introverted type, which is no or but
I think I'm like that too, honestly, because
yeah
like I
yeah
could be extroverted, but I don't know. I'm also
yeah
introverted.
yeah. But like when I'm out like this, like the more extroverted side comes out, and I can adapt.
Yeah.
Pretty pretty well. Um, and so social anxiety never been like a thing for me. And I'm always friendly with people, or at least I try to be.
Yeah.
And like I've always been a firm believer in treat everybody how you want to be treated.
Well, it sounds
And
not to kind of bring you backwards, but it sounds like 2024 was it?
yeah,
Was it tough? Tough
2024 was
year? Or was it 23, 24?
yeah, 23. Well, 23 is when kind of stuff hit the fan,
So,
and
do you want to get into that at all, or not really?
I
You don't
mean,
have to.
I mean, I mean, it
Because
happened.
I'm just asking as a
Yeah,
curious person, because like it seems to have shaped a lot of things
yeah.
now.
I mean, a lot of stuff. I mean, basically, like a lot of stuff came down at the same time. Got a little too much. That things happen. I'm okay now, and I stopped myself from getting it that far. Um, it almost got that far. I was like there was, you know, we were on the cusp. Um, but then
As far as like depression goes, or like
yeah, oh yeah, like
or like substance stuff. Or
yeah, the
I'm gonna push a little bit. Tell me
yeah,
just
yeah,
tell
yeah,
me to
yeah,
stop at any point.
yeah. The attempt was there. Like the attempt was made. Stopped myself,
Yeah.
'cause reality hit. Um, stopped myself. Uh, became very fearful, and then got help on my own.
Yeah.
Then nobody told me or anything. I like made a decision for myself,
Nice.
like, 'cause it scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
After that, and then and ever since then, I'm doing much better now,
What
and
do you mean when you say you became fearful?
'cause I always thought I would never get to that point,
Yeah.
because 'cause like I know what I have,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Um, and I can't. And I always thought I would never get to that point, because like I always thought like, okay, well I have this and this and this. I can't do that to this person, this person, this person, 'cause like,
Yeah.
you know,
No, I can totally fucking relate. Yeah.
like, so like I can be in that mood anytime I want, but I know it's never gonna get to that point. Like that was the mindset I have. Like okay, like listen, like it could be that mindset, but we're never actually gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I did, or at
Mm-hmm.
least attempt to, and that scared the hell out of me, because I've always been the one to be like, and I've always kind of took pride in like never breaking,
Yeah.
and I always had to be kind of that one to just
Be solid.
yeah, like, and I had to be,
Yeah.
'cause other people around me were not, and so
Yeah.
I put that on myself to be that. So
That rock.
I don't even think that's a word. I almost said solidity. I don't think that's I think maybe it's a word.
Yeah.
Um but I would always put in my and even then kind of now, like I'm very much in a point where like I still try to be that for people as much as I can. I mean, like I am, like I always say, doors always open, texts are always open, DMs always open. Like I'm, whatever.
I see that too, because I always like how I was asking about your previous performances. I always see you on the stomach. Oh, sure, you've opened for this person and that person,
No.
because you open for everybody, and you play for whoever like kind of asks. And,
Yeah, yeah, like
and I always see you at other shows. Like last night, we were at Ella Dabney's
yeah,
gig,
yeah,
and I always see you there supporting other artists too.
yeah,
So,
'cause and I try to come to everybody if I can, but like
Yeah.
sometimes it goes to the point where it's like always like, oh, I can't be in two places at once, and I wish I could.
Yeah. I
But
think
I
Jeff feels that way
yeah,
sometimes.
but not even because like and I don't even, and I try to show up not because of, and not only, I should say, not only because like I enjoy everybody that I want to go in and see, like like I love just to hear their art and
Yeah.
everything is going on, but at the same time, like there's so much power in showing up,
Yes.
and
You
I
hear that, people? You hear that?
and I and I hold that, and I don't mean just and not even just showing up just like just to be there. That's only one part of it. I'm also talking about showing up in like full attention.
Yep.
Like, like uh, if I show up anywhere to anybody, my attention is gonna be on you, and
Yep.
you're gonna have me like there. Like I'm locked in to everything you're saying.
Yep.
Even if I look on my phone or anything like that, no, I'm locked into every lyric you say, locked into everything you play. You have my full attention, and I try to convey that as much as I can for people, because it may be a little unhealthy because I'm projecting a little bit, because I have that same feeling sometimes when like I'm at open mic or whatever, and like there's people there, but I don't feel like they're like 100% there.
Yep.
Like they're there, but they're not
I know
100%
exactly
there.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
And and really no fault of their own, because like listen, we're around each other week by week,
Right.
constantly. I'm not there's not I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just like I don't mean to say that, or throw shade, or God no. God forbid. No. But it's just but I know like how it affects me when I get in that mood, and sometimes it doesn't like bring me, it like brings me down, but it doesn't bring me down in the sense to where like I'm just and I don't feel like. But again, I don't know that, but it's just how they could be fully locked in, but it just doesn't look like it, and that's fine. But for me, that's what it feels like. So I try to, anytime I go to anybody's things,
A great example.
I try my best
I don't know if you
to be
saw
there.
it, but last night, Ella Dabney was at the what's called Birdies
Yeah, Birdie's East Side.
East Side
Yeah,
Dallas.
yeah.
They posted a video of
Yeah, me and Harlan.
of
Yeah.
you and all of us, like, and you're like,
Yeah, we're
swinging,
doing the mistletoe,
vibing,
and
whatever. And they're
great
like,
song, by
oh,
the way.
that's a great example. Is that like you really are engaged.
Yeah, like
And that's awesome. It must be. I'm not an artist on stage, but like it must be freaking, awesome when you're doing your thing out there and seeing people like that
if
have their full attention. And,
it feels it feels so it feels so great, and and like I said in before, like I'm always been a firm believer in treating everybody how you want to be treated.
Yep.
And that's how I want to be treated. I want somebody to, if somebody's coming to see me,
all right, people, when you're seeing Alex, you better vibe out, or else
I'm not gonna like stone you. To, like don't like don't do that.
he's gonna look at you really hard.
No. There's gonna be no looks or whatever. Like I really, I'm just happy. Like I said, I'm happy you showed up. That's like the
no, we're gonna vibe out. Don't worry.
yeah, I'm at the bare minimum of like at least for me. And I know it's kind of I know it's kind of dumb to be like, well, you do this, but like we don't do the same. But listen, my expectation or what I ask is just to be there. That's the bottom of the barrel. Like I'm content enough with just you showing up,
Yeah.
and just with the intention of you either to see me or just be there just to support. Like that's really enough for me.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I always just try to, and like I said, there's like power in that in showing up, and I try to do that for the people who
Yeah.
who need that there. And then same if they need me, like I said, to play for anybody and all that stuff. You tell me whatever. I am so down for it, because and also this
Wow.
is and also here's the thing. People always think you're like inconveniencing me. You're not. This is fun.
Right.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying myself immensely. Like this
Yeah.
is so fun to do, and I meet so many great people. And like going back, I started April 2025, and now like in August I dropped my first song, and I did it myself.
Yeah.
And I got into
Oh,
producing.
really?
Yeah,
yourself?
all of it's
Nice.
me. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's all me.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
wow.
just me, GarageBand.
That's super impressive.
And like I bought the audio interface, and I bought the headphones, and I got like a condenser mic. I bought the audio interface.
How did you teach yourself?
Shit, YouTube, like everything.
Yeah, right.
Just go for it. Well, honestly, and I also saw, but also just like experimentation. Like there was a
Sure.
lot, like the only thing I really searched YouTube for was to like how to set up the actual interface with my laptop. Other than that, it was mainly just experimentation and seeing what plugs in the what
Right, and then
and how we do it, and then be like,
trial
oh,
and error.
yeah, like okay, like
Yeah.
that does that. Oh, okay, that's where this leads,
Yeah.
and this is how they experiment. Um, so that was just a lot of trial and error. Same for like the mixing and the mastering of it. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that took like 3 months just doing that, 'cause
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I was
right.
just so much YouTube and so much trying to learn that and everything. The recording or whatever, like that was fine. But the song I put out was another original to where like no personal experience. I just wanted to write a good story,
Yeah.
and I wrote that like in 2024 or something like that. Like I wrote it in March, I think, in 2024. Like the whole song, like it was already written,
Yeah.
and I just didn't have an instrumental for it. And then this is a little tidbit. So for people who don't know, I have a song out called Goodbye,
Yep.
and I've told this to some people, but the instrumental for it and how I play it is actually the exact same progression that I play on my acoustic guitar when I want to do a cover of No Diggity by Blackstreet.
No.
It's the exact same chords, same order, everything, except for the chorus and the bridge part of it. I did that on my own, but the verses and
Really?
yeah, but the verses and the chorus is the exact same. Oh, and part of the chorus, I should say, is the exact same chords as No Diggity, like the exact same. And I just play it. And there's they play it like a tempo slower
Mm.
and anything like that. But there's so many songs I have like written to where if I have instrumental for it, it's usually just inspiration just from other songs. Because like here's the thing, it's all music theory. You can't copyright chord progressions. I'm giving it
Yeah.
like here a lot of people I've heard some people like say like, oh, I struggle with an originality, and so that's never been a thing for me. Like or like a problem, I should say, 'cause I'm
Period.
yeah, 'cause
He said, that's not a thing for me.
yeah, no, 'cause it's not even in the front of being like, oh, I can just come up with shit on the fly. It's not even that.
Yeah.
It's just like I am my mindset is and how I look at it, and this may be kind of cynical, but like nothing's original anymore.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
In really the grand scheme of things, nothing's original.
Except for Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. In terms, but I say that more in like an instrumental sense, I think, and my especially like
Yeah,
but
yeah.
even lyrically, like
No, you're right.
you
I mean,
know,
we have these songs now that like you can like play every pop song with the same 3-4 chords.
yeah,
You know?
you see
Yeah.
comedians kind of
Yeah,
do that
right.
and everything like that. But I there's n- so I always have that in having that mindset, at least for me, has always been very freeing.
Yeah.
And I don't have um and I'm not but it's not even in the sense of like I'm not stealing melodies and all of the stuff. It's literally just like chords, but they're all part of the grand music
Yeah.
theory that is music. I mean, this
It's
is
the
all
spectrum
yeah,
of light, you know?
yeah, it goes all the way from classical music all the way onwards. Like it's
Yeah.
all the same, whether it be keys and everything like that, and play them in the same order. Just and now in terms of lyrics, I'm not even worried about that either, because uh, at some point in some time, like listen, you can write the same message in how many different ways,
Yeah.
but the message will be remain the same. Is the same. Like if you're writing a love song, or about falling in love, there are so many ways you can write about falling in love,
Yep.
and it's just about how you write it that makes it yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, but uh, so I don't even worry about even lyrics most of the time. Most of the time, but I take inspiration and influence in terms of writers. Like there's so many artists who I think are phenomenal songwriters, like Sean James, like for example,
Yeah.
Hosier, one of my favorite
Yeah.
writers ever. And I got a lot of inspiration from him. Like Lauryn Hill, another one of my just favorite writers, just uh ever. And it also in terms of just creating hits, like there's a there's a he's predominantly a R&B songwriter. There's a James Fauntleroy, I think is his name, or at least I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I know his last name, but I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
And he wrote so many hits, like so many good R&B songs. He's such a good songwriter, and it's just taking bits from those and just again I analyze so much stuff. Like I'm very much I'm a September birthday. If you're if you're into astrology, I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
So like if you're into that, I'm not. But like I mean I'm not like I don't like believe in it, but it's cool to witness and look at
To
and
see the
there
characteristics come out.
and there's some kind of stuff that lines up or whatever.
Right.
So I'm just like I'm very open, but I'm not
Yeah.
like a thing. So it makes a lot of sense. Um, and like and like I'm an analyzer, and especially now with a musician, like I analyze everything now. Whether and like I listen to it for enjoyment, obviously,
Yeah.
but um, but I'm now at the point where like I'm analyzing everything from how a bass line goes to a snare, how it hits,
That's crazy, man. So
and
so your show here was your first headline show?
and first show ever,
Like first show ever.
yeah. And there was also a headline, which is crazy.
Wow.
Like that's just insane to me. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I did not like besides my immediate family and the two friends to my two best friends who I knew were gonna show up. I didn't think anybody was gonna show up. I ain't gonna lie. Like
No, your whole family was
and
out here.
no besides them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I thought nobody else was gonna show up.
Yeah.
Like I was so I was so convinced that like it's just gonna be the family, the two friends.
Yeah.
Here we go. But then I saw again Tatiana was there, Ren, Igor. I'm name dropping like so many people right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Delina was there,
Yeah.
and then oh my god, uh yeah, just my mind is blinking. Sarah was there. Sarah Hanks was there.
Yep.
And like I could go on the people were there. Like it was just so surreal.
It's so cool to hear. Like now that hearing your whole story, like it's like literally like we're witnessing you at the point of like emerging from the ground, like from the seed.
Yeah.
And now you have some leaves.
I've kinda-
you're catching the sunlight a little bit. and
I've
now
also just
you're-
been in hiding. Like I've
and
just
now-
been
Well, that's what a
Yeah,
seed is, right? A
yeah.
seed is underground. It's hiding
yeah.
until it pops out a little bit.
Until I just decided, hey,
And now you have some leaves, and you're catching the sunlight. You're getting some photosynthesis in there, and now you're
Yeah.
growing a little more.
yeah, I'm like the Ninja Turtles, just like I'm
And-
coming out the sewer for the first time and just like it's just for the first time, just be like,
No, but it's just thinking about that your first performance ever was here. I mean that's
yeah, like first show, yeah,
it's a huge honor.
and it was mostly originals, which was the crazy thing. Like I had
Right, like
yeah.
that's why I'm surprised. I'm like you only started in April because I was like, I mean you had your whole your whole like album or whatever, like
Yeah,
EP almost.
I have like 12 songs on backlog that like I have
Right.
written, including Goodbye, which I have and that's written like I've like, and I'm still writing. Like I finished one a couple weeks ago, which I did for Delina set when I opened for her. Like I did it for the first that was the first time I did it.
Man,
I
you're
did
taking off,
I
bro.
I did that new song in front of people was at Delina's show, and then I did it at and then I did open mic, I think, in the next week. I did it at the Balcony Club, but and I really like that song, and the people who I've shown her might be like, oh, that's really good, and I've noticed my writing has gotten better as well too, a lot. Like I'm noticing the growth.
I love your guitar playing.
Thank you.
I'm like I said, I'm a big John Mayer fan, and you kind of play a bluesy style
Yeah,
because a big influence for John Mayer also is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
yeah,
But that's the one thing that I noticed about your last set when you opened for Delina that was like I was like whoa I was like this guy can like shred a little bit or,
Yeah.
like
yeah. So another fun fact is that for people who have seen those sets, there's or whether it be watching the live stream or like in person, in always at the halfway point of the show or of the set, I should say, I do a little instrumental. It's just backing track. I just
Yep.
I just solo over it. That actually is a Stevie Ray Vaughan backing track. It is
Oh, nice.
it is his song Lenny, and
I know Lenny.
yeah, and I do my own thing with it, but I also keep it adjacent to how he plays it because I can't play how he does. But there's certain licks and riffs that he does in the song that I do keep in there. And for people who know the song and have heard me play it Yeah, like you'll hear it. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'll keep it adjacent, but I'll also but I'll
Yeah.
also do like my own thing.
Yeah.
Um, at the same time, but that's honestly that's like in my top Steve Ray Vaughan song. He won't even say
Please,
it. And
please play that next time you're here, because I don't. If you did it here, I just don't remember it.
yeah,
But I want to capture that if you do it
yeah,
again.
but like I said, I do it usually in the halfway point of the show before I go a cappella
Yeah.
on a cover, and then I go into my original, which I'm trying to
It's
get that.
blowing my mind. How many months ago was April? I'm like trying to do the math right now.
Oh God. Well, it's the 4th month and we're in the 12th month, so
Okay.
eight
You
eight
gotta do
months ago.
math right now live on
Yeah,
YouTube.
8 months ago. Yeah.
And all this, and now you have 12 songs. You say.
Yeah, about I think. It's like
What's released or is anything kind of like released officially or not,
Goodbye is the only
like
one that's
streaming?
yeah. Goodbye is the only one that's streaming
All
and
right. So
released.
when are we dropping the rest of the 11?
Oh God. Well, there's an
Or like little by little, you know?
yeah. There's next one. I wanted to release it this month, but the more I work on it, the more it's probably gonna be in January. Is it is is called Numb, and it's very for the sort of seasonal winter depression that a lot of people get. It's that was actually one of the songs based off personal experience that I wrote. It was based off my last relationship, which was in 2019. It's been a little bit. Um, and I and I've explained the story before when I played at least, but I cut it off. I broke up with her, and because I just didn't feel it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna give, and God forbid, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna be with somebody if I'm not giving 100% effort into that relationship. And I knew I couldn't give that. And it was nothing she did. It just was. I wouldn't say if it was even. I don't want to say there was something wrong with me, but but at the time, and we dated for like. Yeah, I think we dated for like 6 months, and then so not very long to be honest with you. But well, I mean half a year, I guess. I guess people would consider that long. At least by most standards, I guess.
Yeah.
And but I went to like a very existential thing of like, was it really love that I felt, or was it just kind of a rush kind of thing? Am I even capable of falling in love? Because like that was really like my because not only was that my
convenience maybe
yeah, exactly, like that kind of thing. Was it all actually like like a real just any sort of feeling that I had?
Oh man, you should look up this John Mayer song called Tracing.
Oh yeah, I know.
You like that?
Yep. So I was and so I wrote based off of that, and it's and the chords are the same, and I played it with the backing track, and I've just sung over it.
Yeah.
And there's a mini guitar solo in the end of it that I'm very proud of. But that's in January. The one that's very bluesy, called Grace. That's the next one that at least that's the closest to being done. Besides Numb, Numb is like 90, really like 95%. Like it's just a matter of it's just a matter of mixing and mastering after that. Which I'm gonna work on. There's actually this weekend actually, so we're gonna go we're gonna go figure that out. Grace is the only one that I think I want to get out, but whether it actually is the next one that's gonna be out,
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Honestly, there's so many ones that like, and it's harder for me because like I'm doing everything myself. Like I'm just producing it all.
And is that by choice? Because by now you're in this community where you could have your kind of pick of some other producers and people to help at least.
Yeah, and I've considered that. But here's the thing, and not
totally respect if you want to do it on
your own. I don't. I've said this when it comes to working with other producer, and I feel kind of hypocritical when I say it because like I always tell people, hey, we could work out something. I know a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
let's figure it out. And I told a couple people that, and I'm still very open,
Yeah.
to collabing with anybody in terms of that regard. Um, but I always I'm always wary of trying to work with other people, especially when it comes to producer, because like, and I don't know how toxic this mindset is, but my mindset is like I don't. It's not that I don't. It's a mix of like I don't. It sounds kind of harsh. It's a mix of like I don't trust you, but also I don't think that you are gonna be able to match what I have in my head on how I need this to be. Like only I am like only I think.
You know what you're describing is the same thing when after a show here, people ask me, "Do you need some help?" And I'm like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "It's good because it's the same thing. It's because it's a
It's
combination.
like my madness.
It's not that I don't trust you, but there's a little bit of I. It's I'm gonna be spending more time telling you what to do instead of just
Yeah,
letting me do it,
yeah,
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
It's a mix of efficiency,
Yeah,
uh, as well as
and
the
preference. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, exactly.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just preference, and it's not that like I'm not okay with being alone or whatever like that. Like that's fine. It's just like I can do it with other people, and I'm open to collaborating with
you
it.
have a vision and you want to go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't want to. Again, it just sounds so very harsh and stupid, but like I don't want to have to explain like what I envision to do. Like I got it. Like I like because I'm a very independent
Mhm.
person, So and I've always been that way. So is like if I want something and I can get it myself, I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna bother anybody else with it.
Exactly. You're not gonna bother anybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm not gonna worry about explaining to everybody,
Yeah.
everybody else. Or like if I can do something, I'll just do it myself. I'm not gonna like until it gets to the point to where like if I need a multitask or something, and most of the time I can multitask, but I can't really where I like will ask for help. And honestly, I have gotten better at asking for help. That is one of the things
Yeah.
that
That's what I was gonna say. There are some people that have this servant's heart that are willing to do exactly what you're saying. Like I'll take all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Not me, but,
yeah, yeah.
in general. When you were telling that story, what I was thinking about, I don't know if you ever saw it. There's a good documentary series of how Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine came about
Yep.
Beats and how the merger with Apple and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But it goes into Jimmy Iovine. For those of you who don't know, was a famous producer, produced Dr. Dre amongst
Mhm. Yeah.
Nine Inch Nails, a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Um, and he kind of tells the story about his starts being a producer. He was like a low level sound person, and he was working with Bruce Springsteen on Born in the USA,
Mhm.
and tells about how the torture that Bruce Springsteen put them all through, because he was like the same kind of way. He's like, I have a vision, I have a specific thing that I
Yeah.
want to hear, so you're gonna be here until it's freaking there. And Jimmy Iovine was on the verge of quitting. He's like, this is crazy. Like we're freaking here. Like he's like, he had this phrase. He said, stick, which meant like more snare or something like that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. And then like they had to like change everything and like they like wore out tapes. He's like, this is crazy. Like he wanted to quit. But I guess one of Jimmy Iovine's superiors or colleagues, whatever, was like, no, he's like, when you're doing this thing, you're not here for you. You're here for them. Like you have to understand that. Like you're here for that musician,
Mhm.
for that vision, whatever the hell they want to do. That's why you're here, and you have to like kind of embrace that kind of thing. Because what comes out of it is freaking magic, you know.
Mhm.
And then he kind of stuck it out, and he became Jimmy Iovine and learned his lesson.
Yeah.
But there are people like that. Is why I say that. So like, don't be afraid to like. Maybe if you find someone like that, like
Yeah. And I have already, but
because
like
you're not burning. Because like, say if I knew how to do sound like that, right?
yeah.
Where I can say, hey Alex, man, I can freaking produce your shit beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But you feel bad telling me that, telling me all, directing me the way you want to direct me.
That's exactly the way I feel.
Right,
When
right. But people like me, like that,
and it's not that I'm being mean about it, but like
but
you know.
people like that, like when you're telling us that and we can actually do it for you,
Yeah.
that's fulfilling for us.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, this guy's a pain in the ass.
Which is a lot of
If
times I forget.
if you're feeling that, if you're like, oh, this guy's a pain in the ass, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
which is
Like,
why I always say like I'm hypocritical because when the people tell me to like I need you to learn these songs for the set or like anything like that, I'm like no, don't worry, like I love this thing and like
right.
it's same mirrored,
Same thing.
but like it's the same thing, but like
Yeah.
I always feel bad, like I feel the
Yeah.
same way that they feel, and I'm just like okay, now we're just going back and forth here.
It's
Like,
the Hispanic in you.
yeah,
That's what it
you
is.
know what?
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's probably you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah.
It's just it's part of that. But even with like even same with like writing or whatever, I'm like I'm always open to collab and writing, but most of the time like if I want to write somebody, like I'm gonna reach out to you first, be like, hey, let's write this, uh, together. Like I won't spoil too much because it's very in the early beginning stage. But you kind of heard
You
kind
know
of
that was my next question.
yeah. Like you kind of heard that yesterday,
Mhm.
a little bit of who I want to write a song with, and I have an idea for, and now we're just gonna keep. Eventually, we'll probably get to it and work on it. But there's other ones I've.
We're not gonna spoil it yet.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. We'll work it out. And then there's other people who have shown me their stuff, recently that they don't like they have lyrics and everything, but they don't have an instrumental for it, and they've been so gracious, uh, and they just feel so comfortable, which I'm so honored that they show me that their stuff
Yeah.
and what they have, and I already have an idea in my head on like how it could go. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, listen, I'm open, like let's work on it and get there. Like I'm open to be that missing link and piece to get your vision,
Yeah.
realized or whatever, because like I know like I would want the same thing for myself.
Right.
But of course, when I want the same thing for myself, I always try to just do it myself rather than ask anybody else.
It takes time when you're
yeah.
used to doing stuff by yourself, especially when you are kind of forced to do it, like you kind of alluded to.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of let that go.
Yeah.
And it's not a controlling thing. It's not like a possessive thing. It's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
And and your past experience kind of I mean, we're human.
Yeah.
Your
Yep.
your past experience form habits, form thoughts, form feelings.
Yeah.
And if there was mistrust and things like that, it's kind of hard to kind of let go of, especially something as close to your heart as your art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's totally understandable. But listening to your whole story, like I said, it's kind of like you're this kind of like now you're kind of like emerged from the ground. Like you said, you were hiding like a seed. Now you're kind of like emerged and you have some leaves now.
Yeah.
And now accept these bees to pollinate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's been a lot
For lack of a better, for not to be so obvious with the metaphor that we're at the beehive studio.
Yeah. But
the bees are these other people that are all around you that are willing to help.
and that's really like confirmation, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because like I'm just like again I'm still like I mentioned earlier about talking about the singers who I think are better than me. Like I like same with same with like guitar players, like Tiger, way better guitar player than me. I think, in my opinion, Josh Stone, way better guitar player than me. Like bar none. Now they have more experience than me,
Yeah.
granted, which is probably why. But I still think they're so wonderful, and they're great, and I think they're way better than me. So a lot of times when I go see them, or if we're at open mic or anything like
Yeah.
that, I'm just same with anything. I'm always just in a state of like, what the hell am I doing here? Because like So, but it's even when I first started, like it was the same thing. I'm just like, I see all these talented people. Just again to go back, like Amanda Sarah Hanks and all these other people, and that I see, and even now on a daily basis that I'm now seeing, even going on their own thing, like and especially that I'm getting more into, and especially when I'm hearing like more of their writing and everything like that, like Austin, Juggernaut's Phone's Home, and I can't believe I haven't even mentioned Jillian Hubbard. Oh my God. Like it's I met Jillian and Tiger actually at the opening bell. Like they were, I think it was like a month I've been going to opening bell, and I finally ran into them. I think,
For real?
yeah, if I'm not correctly, like I met them there, and like I met so many people, um, and just like the friends that I call, and like people that like I actually call friends. Like I'm just so, it's just so grateful to me. But it's like people to where, again, like after I get up and they tell me, if you come up to me and tell me like I did a good job, like okay, I'm gonna take it at face, I'm gonna take it like at face value,
Mm.
and I'm sure again I can be, I can be a, I mean, not to my own horn, I'm a pretty good judge of character, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of pick up a vibe of whether or not you're either doing it for the show kind of thing, or whether you're more standoffish, or whether you know
You're
whatever the,
you're a Virgo.
yes, yeah, I guess, you know, if we're going like personality, that personality thing, I'm like, I like, I switch between INFJ and like ENFJ. If like the MBTI Myers Briggs personality test thing. For some people know it, some people don't. I'm probably speaking
That
just
shot
completely
way over my head.
like I said, I'm a nerd. I like, I go so like there's so much different things that I just go down rabbit holes and into. Um and just try to learn every single thing. But for people who know, like that's I
Yep.
like growing up I was like INFJ, and then I think now I'm more ENFJ, because just as humans, our personalities just switch in as we grow up and as we learn how to become like who we are, you know, in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. Um, but uh, but yeah, just saying that to me is just, and also again, like the people who say, and even people who haven't heard of me, or I'm just now hearing me for the first time, like when I go up there, just like confirmation and be like, hey, you did really good, or I like your stuff. It's just more and more confirmation to me that like like I feel like I do belong, because at least right now, and and I don't think the feeling is ever gonna go away. I'm constantly like in the feeling of like fighting uphill to be in the conversation. You
Mm.
know, like not even just like, I'm not saying that even is in
I think
a,
they call that hungry.
yeah, 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 maybe uh not even like in I'm not saying that in like a um what's the word I'm looking for, in a, in a recognizable context, or like a famous context, or you know, not even like in a, in a award context,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I'm not looking for a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
um but it's, I'm constantly, I constantly have the feeling of when I'm around everybody, just when I'm around everybody, and whether it be to open mic, or hell, even at my own show, I'm like,
Yeah.
um there's just a lingering of like, I'm I don't know why I'm blanking on the dude's name. The one who was pushing the stone up the hill, but he always come back down. Just the repeat. I don't know why. I have a
I'm
Greek,
blanking too.
I have a Greek mythology tattoo on myself, and like I can't even remember the damn name. It's not of that, but like still, like I'm a Greek mythology nerd, and like I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but it's but it's that sort of, but it's that story of like I'm constantly wanting to be in the conversation of all these people that I've name dropped, and that I think y'all are also wonderful, and like I said, just way
Sisyphus.
yeah, Sisyphus, there you go. We got it.
I looked it up.
Got it. Sisyphus. I feel like I'm Sisyphus. That's what I'm constantly just pushing that rock up the hill, and then I'm going, but like I'm just, but I know that like I'm just leaving it up to God,
No.
and I'm just going, um
But
and
there's something kind of virtuous maybe about pushing that rock up the hill, especially as maybe this rock.
yeah.
You know, there's some that maybe you shouldn't so hard, but this one's a good one I think to try for, and it's really freaking amazing to hear. Like honestly, I was really surprised to hear that it's all only started this past spring.
A lot of people are, and
Because I've seen you so much, and like I said, your stage presence and everything else, and that you write your own stuff, and so um, to kind of see all that, it's freaking amazing, and to hear that you have all this stuff kind of like that you're sitting on or kind of getting ready for.
Yeah. And I'm very much
Like I said, man, now those leaves are popping out. Now you're gonna have like
yeah. And I am very much
flowers and stuff.
and I am very much a perfectionist, but like I'm also a perfectionist to where but I am a perfectionist to where like especially now like I'm it's so weird now to where like if I'm at an open mic or anything like that like I said like at the very beginning I'm constantly in a state of like don't mess up.
Yeah.
Uh in open mic I'm still kind of like that really. Like but I try to counteract that by just rehearsing like crazy in the
Yeah.
back or whatever and the case is or before I come over like I try to
I've seen that when you're here.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm constantly playing stuff over and over even though I've done it 100 times I'm still doing it over and over 'cause like just to make sure that like I got it and I still sometimes mess up because it's just the things go but it was so weird of feeling like for example on my show I have never felt, and I've said this to a couple people before who asked me about it. I've never felt more at peace
Really.
and more like zen. Like even when I messed up, because I messed up a couple times at my show. Like there was a whole song to where I completely forgot how the chorus went, and I was just playing random shit. I didn't know what and I had to start over the second verse because I was like, okay, I can't remember my own song apparently, and which is a very common theme. Sometimes I can't remember like
Listen,
the lyrics I
I'm
write.
on that stupid stage all the freaking time, and like I want to do things, and yeah, I'm like I can't. Why the hell can I not remember words or like what the hell I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So even the songs that like I
yeah.
know, like there are songs I know like the back in front of my hand, and before I go on, I still look up the lyrics to make to make sure. But like I messed up a couple times in the show, and I did not. I've usually been and I think also that maybe it also shows my growth as a person. I'm like very first instinct is just to like beat myself up. I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? You know, it's just and but that didn't happen. I was just like, I would, I still had smile from ear to ear,
Yeah.
and we're just going, and
That's probably why we couldn't really tell too much,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Same with the other sets I've done, and also I've gotten better like open mic as it goes with like that kind of mindset. But even with the opening set I did for Delina, and even when I played for her on a couple things um it was that moment to where like I did mess up on a couple things, but at the time I'm just like, you know what? Like it's fine. Everything is fine because like I recovered like that,
Yeah.
and it just go like I'm very much the type like I'm very much a person to where I don't get I don't really like I get stressed out, but I don't really get stressed out. Like anytime it's stuff that like is easily stressable or people get a little I don't know where this comes from. It's a term my grandma always uses. And then my mom transfers the hupshe. You're the hupshe. I think it's like a Lebanese thing.
Hope shit.
Yeah, hupshe.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but about it being a Lebanese thing. But like she would always say
What
that
does hoop shit mean?
like oh they made a big deal out of nothing or they made a or like
Oh, like overreaction.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
something?
overreaction,
Yeah, yeah.
over dramatic, or like
Like don't worry about it.
yeah, 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 and like if somebody asks you like, oh, what happened with them? Why are they yelling? It's like, oh, they're just making a hoop shay out
Hope
of
shit.
yeah,
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 you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
out of this and explain what happened. So like, that was the term, and um, I'm the type of person to where we're not gonna make a hoop shay out of it if it's fixable. If it's fixable and I can fix it right then and there, or even just later, like I can fix it at least in the moment or stuff,
Mhm.
everything's fine. We're not gonna worry about it. Like
Right.
everything is good. If it's something to where I can't fix it, okay, we gonna stress out just a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna do it in a calm manner, or at least as much as we can. I call it high functioning anxiety,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
what I definitely have.
Oh man.
So it's but like that's the mindset I always have, just like in anything. Like, hey, listen, like I know you're freaking out right now, but everything's gonna be all right because you know what? It's fixable. We can fix this right then and now to
Yeah.
where you get like have peace of mind. Like uh even when even if we're stressing out about like, oh crap, we don't have this, we gotta like, or we don't have this for the show, or we don't have this. Okay, well, listen, let's go over options here. What, like, how can we fix it? There's,
Yep.
no ways to fix it. Is this something that we can do in the moment? Is there something, or do we still have time to do it like
Right.
this? Like, okay, yes, all right,
This is
then
it.
everything's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Get it done. We got it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so um, it's gotten me better at like not stressing out about um about like so much anymore. And also, especially especially as I get more experience and everything, whether it be in performing or or even writing. But like like I said, I've noticed a really uptick in my writing as long as the thing take. But I've noticed like an improvement, 'cause like I'll look at, like I said, I keep in my notes
Mm-hmm.
song lyrics from everything, whatever, like all the way back from 2022. I
Right.
have all this stuff, and looking back at those lyrics I wrote
Make
now.
sure you keep all that too, some kind of way. Like, don't lose it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got the cloud,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude.
Good.
Like it's
Yeah. I know.
it's all
The cloud's the
it's all
cloud.
backed up in that thing, And but like it's all goes all the way from uh but like all the way 2022. Like if I look at the lyrics like back then and look at the stuff that I'm writing now, night and day.
Yeah.
And I'm so much more happier with the stuff now than I was,
Yeah.
back then. And
Back then,
yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
6 months ago? Back then.
And well, listen, not even 6 months
no,
ago. I'm talking about
2022, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry, yeah, I'm sorry,
yeah. Those
2022.
were years ago.
Sorry,
But
3 years
hey,
ago.
way
Back then.
Well, listen, sometimes stuff back then, 6 months back then, I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't like that. I don't even know why I kept that. I might use it at some point, but I'm definitely gonna refigure that lyric, or whatever. But I even have some songs like that. Like I say, I have 12 songs written. Here's the thing: not all of them are gonna be released.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Like there are some songs to where we'll never see the light of day.
Never say never. It's a bad word.
No, no,
Watch
I
there
will.
watch there be one week, or you know what? This freaking song's ready now.
No, no, I'm going to
Watch.
because like
I mark my words. When
there
it
is
happens, call it Carlos' song.
yeah, okay. Yeah, like there's a couple like and I've shown them to people too, and they're like, "What do you mean this is great?" I'm like, "No, it's
Mhm.
not. Like you do not want."
It's just not the right time, but don't say never. Never say
no,
never.
no.
Never.
I don't think.
It could be 10 years down the road. It's gonna be the moment where you're like, you know what? This song is actually.
Listen,
good
I've
now.
learned that so many people write like hundreds and hundreds of songs, and like they never see the light of day because
Michael Jackson was famous for this, and this is why he loved doing these kind of greatest hits albums.
yeah,
Is that he don't only have to, like, he would release his old stuff and then like just throw in one new one. And he's like, I freaking wrote this shit like 30 years ago. Because he said, I forget what actual, it was like some crazy number of how many songs he wrote for each album that he put out.
yeah,
But only like 10 went out.
exactly, yeah. So like I'm the same way. Like listen, I know these are gonna be part of that pile. That is never.
You're writing like this.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I like they're getting added to the pile. Like
Wow.
like listen, it's a small number of songs right now,
Mhm.
but I know like three. I'm thinking of the names right now. Yeah, there are three of them that I know are not gonna make the cut ever. Like they will not. No,
Ever.
no.
Why?
They're not.
They're like too cheesy, too shitty, or like,
A mix of everything. It's a mixed bag of everything. Like there's one song that's like really fucking cheesy, and I just like and I
That's called a pop song called a top 10.
no, it's not even that. No, it's not even it's not even that. Now, don't get me wrong, the instrumental for it I might use for something else
Mm,
'cause I do like the instrumental for it. Let me just put that out right now.
yeah.
But the lyrics, no, never. It's called Mi Corazón.
Is it in Spanish or both?
No, it's completely in English.
Oh,
But
okay,
like the corazón is like the only Spanish word in the
Right.
damn thing, and it's in the chorus, like it's in the hook. And
oh, give us the hook.
oh my god, uh, oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Say, Mi corazón, I can't pretend no more. These lips were made to call your name and nothing more. And then let's see, it's like corazón. And then let's see, I crossed the sacred line. Loving you was just something. At the time, I have it on my phone. Like I had to, like I have it.
Dude, that's a freaking song. What are you talking about?
Like, no, listen, listen. They're
That
completed. I
could
didn't
be
say they're gonna be made.
that
Like
could be out, man.
you
Yeah.
know, let's say, yeah. But loving you was always more than just a crime. There it is. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. But
pretty,
everything else I got
pretty,
right.
pretty good.
Yeah, but like it's so just it's so just weird. Like that one's me cortisone. That's never gonna see the light of day. There's one called
Give me
um
those lyrics. I'll freaking make something out of it.
yeah. There's one called Buy Your Own Design. That's never gonna see the light of day.
Yep.
There's one called Nice and Slow, which I'm very frustrated. I'm very frustrated that will never see the light of day, but it's not going to.
Well, see, come on.
No. Like it will not. But
But you're frustrated about it.
that one specifically, I'm really trying to make it work.
Okay. See, so
Like-
don't say never. That's what I'm saying. Never say never.
Like no. Like I gotta rewrite it like heavily. I really want to make it work.
Okay,
But
not never.
yeah. But let's see. There's another one called Nice and Slow. There was another one called Right Back to You, which is another one that honestly like is in the, like if you had to put a graph, of like, or you had to do like 3 lines, like definitely being made, not being made, maybe.
Maybe.
It's in the maybe line.
Yeah.
Because it's like like I want to say it's finished, but it's also not at the same time. Like it's
Right.
half finished, but it's like really long, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I literally wrote like a novel in that. I'm like, I gotta shorten this,
Whew. All right.
and like I'm constantly writing new stuff. But like the most recent one I wrote is like that one will be made at some point, 'cause it also depends on the response too. And I know like they will never see the light of day because at the same time I've never done them in public before, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do in public once, like at an open mic or something like that, see what the gauge is. But there are certain ones where I'm like, even if I do it in public, this ain't being made. This ain't no there ain't no way that this is gonna, 'cause I just because also like sometimes I just look at the lyrics and I'm just like, this is, I just cringe. And sometimes, 'cause like my writing again was like not, I feel was not there.
Yeah.
And even then I like I definitely have more work to do. I mean I'm always growing as a songwriter. But
It always takes two, or from what I hear anyway, life experiences to kind of develop.
yeah,
a writing,
that's true. I kind of have I kind of think I have like an advantage a little bit when I'm, 'cause again I'm like you said, I'm like an energy conductor. I always just try. I'm
Yeah.
like I'm a storytelling guy first. So like even if I never experience it, I'm still gonna try to write something about it.
Yeah.
Like especially with a lot of my love songs. Like I've had one like actually meaningful like relationship like where I was where like we were together, and like that was where Numb came out of it. Like
Yeah.
like that, like every other love song I
that's
done.
so sad. Numb.
Yeah, like that's the
I hope that doesn't
only.
mean that you're numb for this forever. Now.
No, and then like here's no, I don't. I mean, like I've, yeah, it goes back to where, like I said, growing up, I never was that person for anybody. I've had crushes and stuff like that,
Yeah, I get it.
but when I write about, like, but anytime like I write about love, it's literally just like. And I don't even write it really as a like a what if scenario, or maybe I do it. Maybe I'm just consciously doing it. I think that's more of a question for the shrink. But like but it's just but that's just coming from just storytelling and what I write. And when I write like Goodbye, that was just straight up just good story. Like I've never experienced whatever goes in Goodbye.
I can give you a good story for a love song.
And but I have another one called
I don't know if I'll do it on YouTube, but
yeah, I have one called "You Are the Best Thing," and I really like that one. And it'll be made, but it's literally about like falling in love, and it's very like doo-woppy, and I really like it. It's like honestly one of my favorites that I've written. And then there's another one. Well, there's another one that was based off of personal experience. There's one called "Too Much," which I've done a couple times, which I've gotten a lot of good praise for. Like that will definitely be one that I'm made. But that was based off a conversation that me and Jocelyn Shade had.
Oh yeah.
And so Jocelyn, if you ever watch this, thank you for the inspiration on that. I love you, miss you. But yeah, so it's just off of it all my songs are mix of personal experience. Just I'm just warping
Yeah,
a little
and
bit, and
it's
just
funny when you mentioned Duopi, what popped in my head was for some reason Selena. Because
oh
what popped into my head was because I love Selena, especially the movie. You know, that's kind of how
yeah yeah
I'm from Jersey, so like Selena wasn't a big influence up there when she was
oh yeah
alive.
yeah people kill
Um,
for Selena.
I knew of her through my cousin who lived down here, so
Yeah, yeah.
like but after the movie, like I was like, oh, you hear the story and everything, but her father started out like doo-woppy kind of 50s rock stuff. But I remember in talking to you as I'm setting up this live here,
Yeah.
you have a little tie with Selena, sort of
I guess I
through
mean
your. You have like what's called. You ever heard this thing about like the was it like 2 degrees from Fred from Kevin Bacon? How like any movie you can like tie like maybe in within 2 steps to Kevin Bacon, like for
you know
example
I
like
know actually I
Tom
know what
Cruise.
you're
Well, Tom
yeah
Cruise played in
yeah I know what you're talking about.
Few Good Men, and Kevin Bacon was in Few Good Men. So boom, 2 steps.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
yeah I know what you're talking about.
So
Yes, I do know.
you're like within a couple of steps of Selena and
Well,
and
it's,
like her start and everything, right?
that,
Sort of. I
that's
mean,
going.
sort of, quasi.
Yeah, I mean that's going a little far. Like
Mhm.
so, I mean, so the preface. I mean, in terms of like the music thing, like my dad was a drummer. He had a Tejano band. He was the manager and stuff like that, as well as a drummer. And they played at clubs, Fair Park,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. They actually um he has uh at the Tejano Music Awards in 1991 he won best all around
No shit.
musician and stuff like, and we
Wow.
have the plaque up there and it's in the garage.
Nice.
um uh, is there, and then it was labeled as like drummer, and then it has his name on
Wow.
there, which is my name, but I'm not a junior because he don't have a middle name. I have the middle name. um and um and so, but in between that they've been, it's the same as like like if we're like acquaintances, with like people, like we're in the same vicinity as people, like I'll be like whether I'm not opening for them, or like I'm not opening for them, but like I'm on the same, lineup, like for example like an open mic,
Yeah.
like it's not a same, like there's a lineup, but it's not like a full show that's like
Mhm.
featuring us. We're in passing. Same as like when you meet people, you meet a new person at an open mic, and it's the
Yeah.
same there. But it's the same thing. Like Selena would be part of some of the lineups, and my mom and dad have met Selena, and they were
And this is like early on in her career, right?
and yeah, I mean, or maybe either I don't actually know. I'm not actually gonna say and pretend that I know.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Right.
But I do know, like they, they didn't meet, and then she was always so nice, and
Yeah.
it was devastating when she died, and or
Yeah.
whatever like that. But um, but like I said, the influences, like dad always played it in the house when he would work on the grass, and then we still have the old CDs from his bands and everything like
Yeah.
that, and they played them before, and then he's shown me some audio like on his phone and everything like that of and it's him playing the drums on the thing, on the audio I should say, and and those are always fun. But like I said, it was his thing, 'cause he, 'cause where he and again, it was like Tiano, that was like that was his only experience, like on really on that side, because where he grew up and when he went to school, he was like one of the few Mexican kids, like there, and he chose the
Just period.
drums,
Yeah.
but like the rest were like black, so like that's where the disco and all the
Oh.
R&B stuff came from, because like they would just play Gap Band
Yeah.
and like all those and all those stuff like Earth, Wind and Fire
Yeah.
and all those. So that's what like come out of that, and then I even remember there was a. It wasn't like, I say recently, but not really recently. Like this was, I can't remember when it was. I think it was like last year at some point, like that he was going through like a set list that some of his old buddies from like back then they were like doing because they still play like every now and then. And so he was going over the set list, and it was like literally Earth, Wind and Fire, Gap Band,
Yeah,
and like I
yeah,
was just hearing it from the speakers as he was practicing, and he was just playing. It was so fun. But like I said, like that and all that influence like goes around in my overall encompassing uh thing, whether it be like we get inspiration from, like I said, I get inspiration from the blues, soul, like even a little bit of Tejano, a little bit of jazz. Like
yeah.
there's I from metal, I get there's little things I get from everything 'cause it's just
Yeah.
it is one of those things. And like I said, maybe, but Dad never touched the any other instrument like drums. Like as far
That
as
was
I
going
know,
to be my next question. Is that like because it's kind of interesting that you're sort of pursuing a similar path.
yeah.
Um, but what does he think about what like are they supportive? You don't have to get
I mean, there's some.
personal, but like are they supportive of what you're doing? Or like
Yeah,
like
I mean, they are. I mean, like I said, they came to the.
they were here right
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
they were
show?
here.
Yeah,
They were here at the show, and I mean, the whole family was there, and I kind of funny, not with my dad, but it was kind of funny with my sister's not gonna like this 'cause this is not what she meant, but I thought it was pretty funny. The way my mom explained it. So because I practice in my room and I'm doing all my room and stuff. Like, listen, I don't have all the equipment. I don't have the sound equipment. I don't have
right.
like mics and like reverb and like all this
Yeah,
like all the fixins. So when I'm practicing, the it's not what she meant because when she heard the set, she was like, "Oh, it actually sounds really good because they got the acoustics in the mix,
speakers and stuff.
yeah, and the
Yeah,
speakers and the stuff. It sounds really good because in the room it doesn't sound like that." But I found it really funny because because that's what she said and she meant, but the way my mom was explaining it is to be like, "Oh wow, you actually sound good," 'cause in your room you sound like shit. Like,
did she actually say?
no, 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 no. And she got mad at, and my sister got mad at me. She's like, "That's not what I meant, Alex." And I was, and I was like, "No, I know. I just thought it was funny." Because it was just like, "'Cause I hear your roommate just don't sound like that." I'm like, "Oh, well, so you're just saying I'm just horrible?" And the thing just sounds like crap when and so yeah, it was just so funny. But yeah, I mean they say they're supportive. I like my mom is definitely more vocal about it than he is, and I know he is. Like I have to know. Like listen, like if something was wrong, I feel like he'd tell me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Be like, and be like, hey, this is not a this is not something you want to go down. But um, and like again, I've heard it before, and again, I like to think so, but it's just you know, it is either way. If I'm having a good time,
Man, you
then
have the support of a big ass community now. That's
yeah,
what really cool listening to your story too. The whole thing. What kind of emerges out of this is that you kind of are where you're at right now, really because of the community of
I
the local
I've really like
music.
I always say to myself, and I've told and I've kind of told my family in a way the same type of thing too when I'm talking, 'cause I talk to them all the time. I found my people.
No,
'Cause again, even then,
man, I feel the same way a lot of times.
yeah,
Yeah,
just like I did, like this is like I found my people. Like this is
no,
like this is, I've never felt yet um and again, I've talked about being Sisyphus and moving up the hill or whatever. But at the same time that I had that feeling, the same feeling at the exact same time, it is like I've never felt more like I am meant to be than when I am
yeah,
around all these people and everybody that I name dropped, and even that I didn't name drop. I can go on and on
yeah,
about
and
all
yeah,
the people that and that I go here. Besides the people that I've name dropped throughout this entire interview, like I'll go even more like I've name dropped Kayla Raquel, but I'll say her, Adrian Tripp, Keyshawn Taylor, Katie Day. I have and I've already said Delina. Like there Gregory. There are so and I can just go on and on and on of just uh so many people um that I'm just so in awe of every single time I see them.
All those people are the people behind Sisyphus, just keeping Sisyphus
Yeah,
up. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
That wasn't part of the story, but it is now. You
yeah,
know
they
what I
really,
mean?
really are, and y'all don't really understand like how much y'all and just that like they just inspire me like and they really like motivate me so much to just always be better and then just get better, not just as just
Yeah.
as a craft, but just like as uh just as a person, and and again just to always just continue just to like I'm always going to continue to show up for y'all and show up for them like when I can,
Yeah.
and I'm able to, like, you can count on me to be there. And I mentioned this to people, like, listen, if you do not see me over there, it's because it like
Because you
90
couldn't be there.
yeah, like well, like 99% of the time is because of my job.
Right. Right.
That is like only like I am working. That is really the only 99% of the time. That's the one reason
Yeah.
that I am not going to be there at your show. The other reason is that I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of you have your shows like really far from me, and I don't mind driving, but at the same time, if I'm going like
And
and
sometimes you gotta pay for parking. Come on.
yeah, but also like if I got work tomorrow,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna drive an hour and a half. Respectfully, I'm not gonna drive an hour and a half and
Yeah.
then drive all the way back.
Perfectly reasonable.
And by the time your show is over, and by the time you're there, like again, just respectfully speaking, I'm not gonna do that. But 99% of the time is because I'm working, or on the rare chance I actually have like a family engagement
Yeah.
that I do have like prior that I can't fit like after. Um, but other than that, if you don't have a show, you literally where you're gonna find me, just in my room, always, just uh, just writing, really,
Yeah.
just writing, practicing. Um, and you know, I rest a little bit. I have different stuff going on.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I said, I'll still read and stuff. Like I have other hobbies, but
No, I know. When you said that you play soccer, I was like,
no,
do we have this much in common?
no,
No
no,
way.
no. So that was like the only time I played.
Yeah, I
I
know.
played soccer
I
like
was
with
like,
my.
wonk, wonk.
Yeah, wait. I was very much into basketball more.
Yeah.
I couldn't play football 'cause of my birth defect.
Mm.
Even with pads, like if somebody hit me,
Yeah, I can imagine. Shit.
like you could puncture my lung,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
straight up. Um, so but basketball, I
That was
was
your thing,
yeah,
yeah.
I was down for it. Like I went to the Mavs camps.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, like the Mavs camps that
So
they
you
have.
kind of ball right now. Huh? A little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Hey, all right. You heard it right here.
But here's the thing. Back then, like,
Challenge Alex.
yeah. But here's the thing. Like,
Get him on the court. I want to see this.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Back then, here's the thing. I don't really have the handles because I'll back you down though, because like I said, I was bigger.
You got the jargon and everything. Listen to this guy.
I'll
back you down.
yeah. Like I'll go in the post. Like
Hey.
I'll Hakeem Olajuwon on your ass. Like I will. Like I'll do
Tell him.
the shake and the keep shaking, all that shit. Like I will. I'll do all that stuff. I can do fadeaways.
All
I can
part two of his tiny talk. We're gonna be on the court. We're gonna see
yeah, just be shooting hoops.
one on one. Me and
But
Alex.
like I can do that, but I haven't done it. But like I said, I haven't played in a while. But like I said, I was a big kid back then, so I would be put in the power forward, center position,
Oh,
4 and
yeah,
the
yeah.
5, and like. But now, like, I'm just gonna so like and especially at my height, like I remember like, oh man, I'm gonna be in the NBA. I don't got the height for that. That's never gonna happen.
Amen.
Like it's just
What was his name? He played for shit. It was man. It's back in the 90s.
but Spud Webb.
Spud Webb. Yeah, Spud Webb. Spud Webb. He was like 5'6".
Yeah. That's true. And I mean, there's other players that have been like my height, but also I'm like, nah, like that ain't happening. But like, but typically like I would be a guard now, but like I don't have the handles because I never had to
Right.
learn that shit.
Fantasy verse.
Oh, for real?
Fantasy verse versus Alex 1-on-1.
Oh, no,
I want to see that.
he'll whoop my ass.
No, well, he's got a broken pinky, so you might have a chance.
He'll still whoop my ass. Like he faster than me, dog. He'll probably like just.
Yeah, but you got the handles. You said.
No, I don't. No. I said I don't have
Oh,
the
you
handle
don't.
because I never had to learn. Like I
Right.
can. It
can
takes
you
me a
can
while.
Post them up. Yeah. All
Yeah,
that.
I could do a crossover, but that's about it. You
That's all you need.
you kind of get me do a behind the back or a between the legs. No, it'll take me a couple tries to get that.
It'll be cool to watch.
I gotta warm up a little bit, but I can shoot. Don't get me wrong, I can shoot. But that was
And, it was freaking awesome hearing your story. I honestly, I mean, I don't know you like that. Now I do. I'm so happy
Yeah.
I do now. And really amazing, like that. This all just started just not even
8 months ago.
8 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I guess to kind of get this going towards, let's land our plane, as people say.
Yeah, we've been talking for a long time. Yeah.
And the battery's running out a little bit.
Oh shit.
But we're gonna break the record. We're at 2:34.
Oh, for real?
So we're good. 'Cause
Okay.
our first one was 2:33. The second one was 2:34.
I didn't even think it was gonna be that long. To be honest with you, but
Right, we're gonna break the record pretty
Ugh.
soon. Don't worry. I told you, I'm a talker, man. I'm a talker.
well, also I think it's you get me going, I'll be the same.
Yeah. No, shit.
Yeah.
But it was yeah. See, and then just like I said, a huge honor that your first show ever was here. And I hope your next one, or like I hope you continue to utilize this stage in the
of course.
studio
100%.
to help keep it growing, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess so. Maybe I don't want to challenge you a lot live on YouTube, but I think I am. You were talking about you have a song coming up in January. You don't know exactly when.
Yeah,
but
I don't know
but
when, but it
January-
probably will be January.
So January 1st, here at the Tiny Stage, we're having a pretty interesting show that we're hoping is going to be an annual thing. We're calling it the Tiny New Thing Session.
Which is such a cool name.
It's
by the
going to be a whole day music festival, highlighting people that want to release, or not to release, celebrate their new projects. So either it doesn't have to be a release on that day. Maybe you did it a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, or maybe you're going to do it in a couple of months. Or maybe you're not releasing anything. Maybe you're changing directions in your music. The whole purpose of it is, so a little backstory to the Tiny Stage. If you heard me here tell the story of the Tiny Stage and its origins, it started on August 8th, 2024. I don't know how relevant that is in your timeline, but I think it's pretty close to when you kind of started doing things. But August 8th, 2024, it was called Lionsgate. In astrology, is when the constellation Leo rose in line with the star Sirius and the sun. And that was supposed to open up a portal of manifestation. So the owner here, Chris Fagan, a.k.a. Johnny Appleweed, at that time I was the event coordinator here, but we're doing like movie nights, karaoke, trivia nights, card games, just things, whatever, just to get people here. But he said, I want a whole day music festival. August 8th was a Wednesday. He told us that Monday, August 6th. I want a whole day music festival, food, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, we could have told him, bro, 48 hours? No, we can't do that. We will do something, but it's not going to be like live music, because where the hell we're going to find live music in 48 hours? We've never done that before. We've had karaoke, but that's not live music. But thankfully, me and my former colleague Manny, we kind of like said, hey man, let's freaking try this. Let's try to figure it out. If we can't, we can't. You know what I mean? Thankfully, through an old worker that was here, Angel, he knows very close with Christian at the Creators Factory. And in my conversations with him, I was like, oh, yeah, you know someone that's like a producer type. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, he gave me his number. I called Christian. I was like, hey, man, we need some acts. Like, we might be able to pay them. We don't know, but at least it's a stage, get some exposure or whatever.
Mm.
And he shot us over Hasty Kennedy, Solitary Witch, Dylan Noor. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. That was the only time he was ever here, amongst others. So we had our music festival. But the thing of that day was that Chris said, this is a portal manifestation. We're going to manifest something. I don't know what, but we're going to manifest something, and it's going to be around music. I know it's going to be around music because that's the language of the universe. You know what I mean? Like frequencies and all that kind of stuff. If you ever talk to Chris more than 5 minutes, you'll know what I'm talking about. And at that time there was no tiny stage. This thing that we're sitting in was not here. It was parked behind the store. This was literally there is maybe you can see behind Alex there. You see those shelves. It says tinctures and soft gels and gummies. It's because no, they're legal. But it was because this little tiny house, this little tiny house was supposed to be a rolling dispensary, like for farmers markets or whatever, events and things like that. But after that day, like he said, he wanted to really revolve or this kind of notion around music. So literally came out here with with wood and a miter saw, built a tiny stage, converted him and his stepfather converted the studio, this tiny house into a tiny studio, with the mixer behind me. You can kind of see it. You got the mixer and like this is the kind of control center for the stage, and also is an actual studio for you to record in, if you actually want to record it, which we do a lot. Like Free Fantasy Verse almost is here daily. And we have Heido now on the staff, who's an actual certified sound guy, so he can help him out. Saying all that, that kind of proves that this, and also if you talk to Chris for more than 5 minutes, he'll tell you that we're on the 33rd parallel. We're like on a literal ley line in the earth. Like it's a special. We're at the geographical center of Garland. It's a very special place. And what most artists that come out here, when I ask them like, what do you like about the place, they always say it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's the vibe out here. And I think there's a literal vibe out here.
There's some whimsy going on.
There really is. So we're
frolicking. Yeah.
So I'm kind of taking New Year's Day as a sort of. I was talking with the lead singer of Dogs Can Talk, because they're going to be the headliners for New Year's Day, because they're going to be the first band to release literally live release their new album on the stage. Like they're going to go 3, 2, 1 and press the button where it's going to start streaming, kind of thing. And that kind of inspired this idea. I was like, you know what? Like, I bet there's a bunch of people that kind of want to sell. And like, we're a portal of manifestation. Like, so,
yeah.
So that day is meant to be a sort of celebration and a sort of affirmation, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
For your new project.
Yeah.
So if you want to like release your thing on New Year's Day, we'll give you a spot during that day.
I mean, it's not gonna be ready by then, probably. But
I was challenging you.
Okay, well, listen,
so
put it out and like get me to start.
I'm putting it out there. But,
yeah, you can put it out there and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
because I mean, I'm listen. I'm gonna try it because, like I said, my original intention was to release it this month.
I'm saying it's gonna be a nice lineup. So, for like I said, that the headliners are Dogs Can Talk, but Remy Riley just confirmed today. So she's going to be on the bill, and there's Will, there's WRJC, sorry, Will, aka WRJC.
Which is
Delina's going to be back there too.
Yeah, which is another one I'm going to name drop. Also, Will, like his set for the variety. No, for the variety. Yeah, the Harvey for the variety show. Thing like I'm gonna say right now, your shit was so good, dude. Like like I always I've said this before, especially like I've told Keyshawn and this and stuff like that. I'm very particular about my hip hop.
Yeah.
Like I know what I like and I yeah, it's so good.
I like him too.
Yeah.
I love his flow.
Yeah, but of course if the lean's gonna be there, yeah, obviously. Just for I mean, just by
so think about it.
Just just by that lineup alone. I mean, you're the Dogs Can Talk, Delina, Will, Remy Riley. Oh God.
Yeah,
Remy, you're so good.
And there's more, and there's more on the way too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying if you want to, just get out there. Hey, this is a brand new song, and hopefully.
Yeah.
So like
I mean, I won't be there
this
anyway.
This is going to be a sort of experiment. As I was talking with the lead singer of Dogs Can Talk today, was that I'm kind of seeing like, let's see if we actually are a portal of manifestation, where you come here to celebrate your new thing, and let's see how it goes for the new year. If it freaking takes off like you wanted to, then maybe we have some scientific-ish evidence.
Pretty much what he's trying to say is just show up and see what happens. Just go ahead and.
Man, if you ever needed a place to freaking like wish your new project well,
Yeah, that's true.
come here on New Year's Day. So think about that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, shit, we broke the record. We're at 2:43, bro.
Oh, hell. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
No, not at all,
I'm
man.
so sorry.
Thank you so much for freaking for sitting down with me and us and telling us your story.
Oh,
And
that's so
it's
fun,
such
dude.
an amazing story. And there's probably
Thank
more
you.
that we don't even know about.
Oh yeah, there's a
Um,
little bit. Yeah.
so and I really can't wait to see what's next. Is like knowing how you're sitting on a whole album.
We're doing this
So
and still writing stuff. Yeah, there's
it's
still no songs coming
it's
out.
freaking awesome.
This is coming out of my brain that I'm writing and still working on that.
So
So
a couple of questions to close us out.
Yep.
Some fun ones, rapid fire kind of.
Okay. Oh God,
Um,
I'm worse at these.
um, you play the guitar.
Yes.
What is there a song that you remember that you tried to play that you said, "Oh crap, I can play this." Like I actually can play the guitar a little bit. Maybe I should keep playing.
Um. It was. Oh God. Uh. Um. It was. As simple as it is, it was "Ain't No Sunshine."
Nice.
Like it's a very simple song.
Is it really?
Yeah, like very simple. Like
I gotta look it up. Shoot.
it's literally just A minor, G, and it's either E minor or E. It's only when it goes to when it flips to "Ain't no sunshine always gone, she's always gone too long." That's the part where it gets kind of difficult. But like same thing with like the bar chord thing. It's like it's the most simplest thing in the world.
I'm gonna look that one up now.
But
Hell yeah.
but other than that, like you can do most of the song with just the open chords if you want. But yeah, but it was that.
Ain't no sunshine.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. "Ain't No Sunshine" was probably the aha moment to be like, oh, you know what? I'm not that bad.
I can do this. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Thank you for answering that. I asked that for everybody, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, as simple as it is, like
For
that was
me,
really the one.
For
Yeah.
me, it was "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Second one.
Yep.
Are you planning something for DFW Covers Others Volume 3 February 1st? Don't tell us who or what. Just if you have something in mind. You can say no, maybe later. I don't know.
Um. Okay. I say I'm gonna say yes and no because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like around the time when the idea was like, next one is this date, 'cause like I heard Austin talk about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. And like I had it in my head like I know what I'm doing. But now when you tell me, I'm just like, fuck, what was I doing?
Okay.
Like
Maybe
it's
Austin
complete.
remembers.
No, I didn't even tell him. I
Oh,
don't even know
yeah.
what but like okay, no, I remember what I had in
Alright.
my head. So yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know what it is.
All right. Now,
It could change, but I know initially.
last question. If you who would you want to collaborate with locally? DFW artists that you know that you have not collaborated with yet.
Oh God, there's so many. I mean,
But
Like-
like kind of in the musical direction that you're in now, or maybe
okay. Um.
like say man, I want to call up this person because I want to work on whatever.
Oh God. Okay, if you're I mean, in general, there's like I mean, if we're talking just in general, like just music in general, I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I go really the people that I just named in this whole damn
Yeah.
interview, all those people.
But you played with Delina,
Yeah,
so she doesn't count.
Yeah.
So
I-
I'm saying someone that you have not worked
I
with
mean,
yet.
okay. Well, here's the difference thing in
Like
collab.
that have not played guitar for
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Um,
totally, this would be a fresh collab, but that you just love what they're doing and you just kind of want to be part of it.
I do want me and especially after Delina show, I do want me and Rennis to do something.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
I feel like that would be cool.
Yeah.
And me and Rennis to do something. Even the people and the people that I played for before, like I've played for Ella before.
Mhm.
I played for Rylan before. Those people I'll play for any day of the week. Anybody else I would play for in a heartbeat. Like
Yeah.
any of those people. Again that I name dropped in the whole interview. In terms of like actually collabing and like possibly like writing stuff.
Yeah, 'cause you're a perfectionist in
Yeah.
particular.
Like I would love to. Ella is one of them. Definitely. I feel like we would definitely. I don't know. It's just just me. If she don't feel the same way, I mean that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. But like I just feel like we mesh well. Delina. Let's see. I've always wanted to do something with um not maybe not collab like on a like write a new song, but even if it comes to that, great, because I just think they're phenomenal songwriters anyway. Just Jillian, uh, DK and Tiger,
Yep.
Gage, just all those people respectively. Um, I would love to. I would love to, and I've expressed to them before that I've always wanted to collab with them on something, whether it be like I be a part of it, playing, or we sing something together, whatever the case may be. Um, oh God. Like I mean, I'm always down to collab again with Delina and Lover and um. Oh my God, there's so many. Um, there is one. A more Love Mike recent representative. Dante Lamar.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh,
I
dude.
like. I
Yes.
want to do something with him.
Dante, get your butt over here
Yeah,
at Tiny Stage.
yeah.
Yes.
I've mentioned to him like briefly, like we need to do
Yes.
something.
Yes. Yes. Holy crap.
'Cause I feel like me
Yes.
and him mesh very well. Like in terms of style. Like if
Yeah,
we're
I can totally freaking see that.
like if
Yeah.
we're talking style, like I think me and Dante would mesh very well.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And I think that and I think whatever, like again, if it ends up being good, like we would just bring the house down. Um uh
Man, it's so freaking cool that you can just rattle off all these names and you only have to, like we're in the in the
listen, I have
community as for a few months.
yeah, but like also like I have good memory. I remember all these people like
That's awesome.
but and also I mean all these people, even in any brief interaction we had, y'all already mean so much to me. Um um I've played for Tatiana before. I keep forgetting to mention
Oh
Tatiana.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, girl, but
She's like, what the hell?
yeah, I know, probably oh gosh, she's gonna hate me, if she don't already. But yeah, I played for Tatiana before, but again, like I'm always, like I said, anybody that I've played before, like I'm always down, and you can call me up. Even the people who I haven't really played before, that are going to like, there's other singers around that are more recent, especially like that I found from like Love Mike, like Ari Lee, that was
Oh yeah.
one of them I love too. I'm actually doing here, maybe I should put this out. uh I'm playing guitar.
Oh yeah,
It,
that was my next question.
yeah,
If you had
yeah,
any
yeah,
coming up
yeah,
part.
yeah. It's not really like a show. There's a 30-minute set that I'm gonna be playing guitar for on Sunday uh at um at the St. Jude Catholic Church campus up in Allen at Greenville Avenue. They're having this Christmas event called Christmas at Joy
All
Park.
right. What
It's a
time?
they do it from 5 to 10.
Okay.
We go on at like 8:30. I'm playing guitar for a phenomenal singer. I love her so much, Zaria Ivory. Um, so
Is
it's
it
good.
free?
And I think it is a pay for tickets, but like they're not expensive at all. But there's like, but apparently there's gonna be vendors,
At a
craft.
church?
No, no. It's like at the church. Like, listen. I mean, you know types and all this stuff. We're
I
like,
get it.
you know, hallelujah. That's
Hallelujah.
I'm not even worried. I'm not even worried about that.
It's all
Okay,
good.
I'm all for the Lord. All right. So but yeah, it's just gonna be there's gonna be like a walking nativity scene. Apparently, there's gonna be
Nice.
vendors. There's gonna be food. And I'm only saying this because I'm only saying that I know all this because I just looked up what is for myself, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, I never heard of it until she asked me to do it.
All right.
But
So
but again, I'm all for it.
St. Jude's in was it
Off of St. Jude Catholic Church, off of
in Allen? Was it?
yeah, in Allen, off
Allen.
of it's Greenville Avenue. There's a flyer for it. I'm sure if you look up Christmas at Joy Park, it
All right.
should pop
Cool.
up. And then it's like they do it like from the weekend. Like they're starting it on Friday and they're continuing through Monday.
Oh, interesting.
But we just happen to be doing our set on Sunday.
Very
So that's
cool.
the reason why I'm mentioning Sunday.
All right.
So come out. It's only gonna be a 30-minute set, but you know what? Vibes,
Yeah.
Christmas, happy holidays. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
Alex goes to watch you, all right? So go, support.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
he said. The best
It,
thing you
it,
can do is just show up. You don't
it,
have to like vibe out and like do a dance like we always do, but just show up.
yeah, yeah. Just really just show up, say hi. I love,
Yeah.
we love to see you there.
Yeah.
And just support. And it's a holiday season. Always be in the holiday spirit. If you're
Sure.
not traveling or anything, you got nothing going on that night. Just come and
Yeah.
show up. So That's all.
You got any other gigs coming up
Not
soon?
not at the moment. I mean, I would love to. That is going to be one. Probably when I show up at the New Year's thing. That's probably.
Are you available?
Of course.
All right, you hear that, people out
Yeah.
there?
Of course. You need me to play. You
Al's
need me to do a
available.
set. Always just hit me up. Let's work something out. I'm always up for it. It's exciting. It's
Yep,
fun.
yep.
But that's like one of my New Year's resolutions. Like that, I always make a New Year's resolution every year. Like that's
Okay.
one thing. That's one thing. Like I want to do more shows. I want to put out more music. That's just those are just two of the many that I put on my list of just New Year's resolution. But like one shows a thing. Probably gonna honestly probably gonna do another tiny stage session
And
here.
I hope so.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
better. Shit.
yeah. Oh no no, it's a given. We will.
Yeah.
We will. Just
This
gotta figure
this
out
is
when.
your stage now.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
just gotta figure out when.
And you got to join the Lena's band. I was gonna mention
Yeah.
well,
Wait, if she's doing
when,
it.
when you were talking about that, because before her show she did she actually did the first Tiny Talk here,
Yeah.
and
Which was great, by the
she
way.
told her
Yeah.
story of how
Y'all should watch it.
yeah for really cool story how she tried so hard to get on a band, and like she had a bunch of no's, and then finally found the band. And this is what she says about how she traveled from Plano to Fort Worth to be with them,
Yeah.
like crazy amount of traveling, whatever. But she just wanted to be there. It kind of ended shitty, and then this is what kind of like inspired her to go to this Freeman open mic, kind of similar
Yeah.
to you, like you were inspired to go to the oh shit, Bell Coffee one. Sorry, my mic's going crazy.
No, you're fine.
Um,
We're doing the church goodbye now. We're supposed to be signing off.
I know, right?
we just keep going.
And but how she really wanted to, like, in the conversation, she's like she would love to be part of a band again, but but kind of like make her own band. And that's why for her show, when I was talking to her, I was like, let's freaking try to form your new band. Like, so we reached out to Mark Allen. Thankfully, he agreed
Yeah, and Mark
to
is
play
great.
drums.
Yeah. Both Marks. They're both
Y-
great.
uh,
But, yeah.
You agree? Rennes came out.
Yeah.
We were trying to find a bassist. I think that was the only thing that we were missing was a bassist.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to tell you, like, I can tell from watching that show from Delina and talking to her that I bet it meant so freaking much to her that you agreed to do that with her. Especially, it was pretty short
Oh.
notice too.
Oh yeah, of course.
And to ask to learn these things you probably
well-
honestly haven't played before.
Yeah.
So
Here's the thing. I'm also gonna.
that was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And it really shows like your level of commitment to this community. So that's why again I'll say that too. Go freaking watch him wherever the hell he is. If it's in Allen, Fort Worth, whatever. Because he's gonna go watch you. So
yeah. Listen, like I said, 99% of the
he's
time.
gonna support you on stage,
Yeah.
in front of stage, wherever.
Yeah, 99% of the time. If I can,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there if I can be there.
No,
so.
but it was freaking amazing, and I'm sure she would tell you too. But it was just kind of watching that. It's just really
It was so fun.
freaking awesome.
I had
Yeah.
so much. That's such a fun time.
And a real testament to your supportiveness for this community. And
Thank you. I try.
it's gonna come back to you for sure.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
This is copper. That's wood right
there
there.
you go.
There you go.
Knock on wood. There we go.
There we go.
Always try to listen. Just getting God's good graces. That's all.
That's it.
Just whatever.
And you know what? That's something. All right. I talk about this sometimes now because I'm not a religious person. I grew up. I guess you can say atheist. My mother's Colombian, very Catholic. Father very opposite.
Mhm.
But in being in this community, and I'll name drop.
Yeah.
Kayla Raquel, Keyshawn Taylor.
Yep.
Jana.
Yeah.
I'll even say Fantasy, although he'll probably laugh at me for that. But
Hmm.
I'll even say Fantasy. The way they speak about their faith and this kind of thing, it's really nice, right? But for me, someone like me that's grew up a skeptic and all that, and this is all fake, whatever the hell. I grew up. You trust your eyes, right? So like, as they talk about these things, and I kind of observe it though. I'm like, you know what? I can't deny it too much anymore. And then hearing your story, and also Delina's kind of too, but yours is also is where you are now from where you were.
Yep.
Man, it's really inspiring to hear, especially to someone that doesn't I'd say I don't have the gift of faith. I think it's kind of a gift.
I
But
I
but
mean I still
but
I'm still struggling out here, you know.
but
But
listening to you guys and hearing your stories and watching you more than anything, um, it's really it's turning me. Like some family might hear this and be like, "What the fuck?" but like
yeah.
it really is. And it's yeah it's
You know, it's all about just again I think it's all about just peace, you know, joy, happiness. I mean, all of them can mean the same thing, what I just said.
well, you've all come
But
from such
uh,
also from some crap.
yeah,
Like each of you in your own way.
and honestly, like
You know,
I've
like
at least coming,
us. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
us.
yeah, and coming from me, like just me personally, okay. I'm just gonna speak about that. I'm always been an open person. Like and I still am. I really say that like I'm you know to be perfectly honest, because I always like to be honest. I don't I don't ever like really lie, you know, in terms of that regard
Hmm.
or never. I always try to be honest. I'm like very much on. I think I'm very like I'm on the line between um you know just fully and that side of the faith, and then just like I think agnosticism would probably be
Yeah.
the more accurate. Um, 'Cause again you know I think there is something, but whether or not it is what this is,
Yes.
you know,
Man.
or it's some other form. Take it. I don't know, and I won't know until I cross over. And whatever that may be. And I won't, and I really won't know the truth. And honestly, um, it's uh, it's exciting, but also terrifying, obviously at the same time.
Sure. Sure.
Um, because you didn't know, but all I know is control the controllable. You
Yeah.
can only control what you been doing, and all that is above me. And I'm very and like I'm always in a and like and like all I can do is just try to be the best person that I can be in my body and spirit towards however that manifests out,
Hmm.
whatever form that takes, um, and just because like if and I just leave it up to whoever or whatever
Whatever.
that
Yeah.
that may be. I say God because that's just how I'm wired and how I've been wired.
Hmm.
But like I said, I like to think like that. I do
Oh
try to put
man,
in the
that's
practicing
such a
and
great
get back
perspective, man.
and get back into it. But I don't. But I also do try to follow the teaching of it being that um you know just love, you know, conquers all, and
Yeah.
that's just and that's just how I try to lead with just patience, understanding, as
Yeah.
you know, grace, pleasure, joy, understanding. So um um whatever that laid into, but I try to put in the practice as much as if
Yeah.
I can, and stuff. But like I'm very uh, you know, again, like it like it's important to
No,
me to
I
have
think you
some
said
sort
it
of
is control what you can control,
yeah.
and the rest is above you.
Yep.
You know,
And just leave it up to the powers that be, whatever they may be.
whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whether it be God, the universe,
Just
both.
stick to your compass,
You
and
know.
you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever.
Man,
Because
that's a
the
beautiful way to put it
yeah,
too, man. That's a really nice
yeah,
perspective. Yeah, just for me, how like I'm going,
yeah.
through this kind of
Just
faith
try.
journey.
Yeah, yeah. Just. I mean, I always again, like I said, I always just tried, if I can, just lead the best life I can be. Like I
Yeah,
said, treat everybody how you want to be treated. Control the controllable. Just try to be just the best you can, and like I said, my body and spirit,
yeah.
whatever form that takes.
And I'll throw in be grateful for stuff.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
100%.
that's the equation.
A hundred
Then
percent.
you're good
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Well, man, I don't think we could have ended it any kind of better then the life lesson from Alex.
Yeah, yeah,
This is how you go, all right?
yeah.
This is how to be.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the equation. It's just
If
control what you can control, leave everything else above you, and be grateful.
yep, 100%.
Equals awesomeness.
Yeah, because listen, like you leave it up, to powers be. Listen, if whatever is meant to be will be.
Yep.
Good things will happen to you, and you just take them day by day.
And when the bad things do happen to you,
yeah,
you
when the
still
bad things do happen,
you still hang on to the good things, and it'll get you out of it.
yeah,
Because like the phrase is, "This too shall pass."
yeah.
That's for everything.
But what I've also there one of my favorite. It's a comic book, but like I have the comic book like tattooed on me. Not the exact quote, but there's a quote from one of the characters in the book, and who plays the entity of death.
Mm.
The character asked Death. They said why is there bad times? Why is there never only good times? Like why do we have to have these bad things happen? Good things happen, and and it's a very simple thing, but but she responded with but she responded with that if we don't have the bad things happen, you never realize how much the good things were good things.
Yeah.
Like you can it has to be the balance of it all, because even when you look at things get bad and like and even myself, I struggle with either being like I feel like I'm being punished for something, or like what did I do, or what's going on. I'm learning as I go on to flip it and look on the other side. Okay, like listen, this may happen, but look, maybe this was meant to happen because look, now you can do this. Or let's try to flip it. Let's say like, okay, if this isn't happening, wait, what can you do with this? And stuff going on. It doesn't mean it just may be wrong timing. Just how it just how it goes. Like everything.
It's also perspective, because someone told me too, like a good way to look at when things like that happen, instead of asking yourself why is it happening to me, ask yourself why is it happening for me.
Yep.
Like even in the shit time, try to think about, all right, where is the good? Like try to find that silver lining. It's somewhere.
Yep.
You just gotta look for it.
It's a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The heartbeat is up and down.
Exactly.
Because you know what happens when everything stays down? You flatline.
Yep.
So you gotta have the ups and downs, because if you don't, it's
that's the best way to freaking end this tiny talk right there.
It's gotta be like that.
Yeah.
This is how it is. So.
Alex Nolasco, everybody. See him this Sunday.
Mic drop. No.
Right? Don't drop that mic, though. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah. No.
We'll see him Sunday at the St. Jude's Catholic Church in Allen.
Yeah, in the campus. Yeah, I think they're setting up.
Was it 8:30 or 8 o'clock?
Yeah, we'll be on at 8:30. We should be.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can be there. Again, the only reason why this same thing with you is if I can't be there is because I'm literally like chained to this tiny stage on the entire weekend.
Yeah.
But I think I can be there Sunday. Damn it.
Yeah. But again, is it,
chords.
But it's just a 30-minute set. But either way, it's listen, it's fun for the whole family. Bring it should be so.
For sure. And look out for Alex's new stuff, and hopefully New Year's Day.
Hopefully
debuting a brand new song. Hopefully, numb.
Well,
right?
Well, listen, I've
Let's feel the numbness on New Year's Day.
But here's the thing: it's not really like a debut, because I've played it a couple times. Like y'all have heard it if y'all hear me play.
But you're trying to stream it, right?
Yes, correct.
That's what
so
I'm
that
talking
was how
about.
that'd be the debut. Yeah.
Do the same thing in Dogs and Talk, man. Right on the stage, go 3, 2, 1, boom, stream.
We'll see how that goes. I don't know.
I was throwing it out there. It's okay.
Yep.
If not, just come by anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stop this before the battery runs out. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back. Actually, this Sunday, we'll be talking to the lead singer of Dogs Can Talk to talk about this awesome New Year's Day show that he's inspired.
This has gone on so long. I'm so sorry.
No, we smashed the record.
I'm so sorry.
We smashed the record, but we're at 3 hours and 7 minutes.
Oh, my God. I feel so bad. The people.
We're about to be at 3:08.
I was just trying to do a movie length.
Take that, Delina.
No, I was just trying to do a movie length. This is not, I don't normally talk this much. I swear, guys. This is just
Kill Bill Part 1 and 2.
Yeah. Oh no. We're more like Part 3 at this point. God.
All right, everybody. Everybody, be safe. We'll see you next.